Greetings and welcome, everyone. Welcome back to Hot Springs Island. By the wonderful Jacob Hurst. Forgot to say that in the first one because my brain decided to leak. But we now have the information, and with that information, we shall now join our actors in the sneaky room. Click. Hello there.
Hello there.
Hello
Yeah, he has arrived. You need to stop talking about weird pregnant monsters.
Here, would you like to see the picture, or did you see it?
I saw it. Context will not be provided for anyone wondering what we were talking about.
You know what? If there's no context, I'm not going to say anything.
Oh, it's even better if there's no context, because we could be talking about anything, and it gets real weird.
Anything.
Absolutely anything. Let the mind wander. Anywho, are we all prepared?
No.
Mostly.
Mostly. What's that supposed to mean?
Just
I don't have ice cream.
You don't have ice cream. We don't either, so it's okay.
Yeah, we don't either.
All right, here,
Yeah.
let me get some. I'll be back in like 2.
Oh my god.
Wow.
He's gonna somehow get ice cream and then like warp travel it to us. So I don't
Done.
mind.
I'll take it.
I don't mind waiting. Cool with that.
My ice cream, I don't share.
Damn.
Wow,
rude.
You don't
And
share.
here I was.
cookies
And here I
cupcakes.
was, considering sharing cupcakes with you.
You weren't going to share anything.
We have.
What? I sent it to the mail a week ago. Haven't you gotten it yet?
That's a dirty lie.
Ugh, that's also dirty cupcakes. Do you trust cupcakes bouncing around in the mail?
No.
They
Fair
never
answer.
arrived. The mailman ate them.
Oh god. And just left the wrappers.
Wow, that'd be
Oh,
really
no.
funny.
Cleanly licked too. That'd be absolutely
Yes.
horrifying.
Seth had just been bottling it up. He thought it was like a message from waifu.
What if like in each cupcake is like a letter to eat around it and then they spell something?
Oh,
These were poison shit.
Dying
Guess I'll die.
message.
Dying a message. And or locked room. One of the two. Anywhoots, we can indeed hop back into things. Let me, as a reminder, grab the party resources. Okay.
So I'm assuming you want to write stuff down, demons, because you did it last time.
I mean, I don't have to.
Yeah, so you guys all have your
I'm
own.
just writing down things for myself.
You guys have your own notes. You guys can collectively write them down. If technically you guys get different information, so let's say Sarabi sees something that Aldrin doesn't, etc., then you guys can share that.
Oh no, we have to do homework.
Not
I mean, I was
Yes.
writing stuff down last time, and then demons had it all. So
Yeah, y'all can write shit down. However you want to do
I
it.
mean, I'm just writing it down in the notes. So if I forget anything, just add it, I guess, or add your
Yeah,
own
pretty
thing.
much. Alrighty, so we awake once again. With no issues, everyone seems to be fine. All the folk in the camp seem to be here. It's around 8, so we'll just basically have everything function in 4-hour shifts. And like I said, you guys basically tell me what you want to do, and I'll let you know if that constitutes a 4-hour watch, or if it's just something you can essentially do as a free action. For the most part, most things will be free actions until we actually hit up the island, and then we'll hop back over there, and then we'll kind of do things as we do things. But as of current, it's going to be about 8 in the morning when we awake. You got, of course, some folk cooking and such. Everyone's sort of clearing the black sands away at the beach, just to sort of get a room, essentially, to store items, to get things situated. Ma doesn't really plan on moving too far, as we see this as a relatively good location. Before you guys are actually able to depart from the ship, away from your quarters, though, Ma sends someone for the three of you, and she'd like to speak with you all this morning before you head out.
All right.
guess we head over there.
All right.
They'll find me fishing out of the ship.
I go pick up Lekka and just drag him with us.
Still fishing out of the ship.
The very
You're
long.
just like on my.
I'm sitting on his shoulder.
I walk along the boat.
Yeah, so you're walking on the
edge
side.
So he can keep fishing.
Using the drag as like fly fishing, basically.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Somehow it's more enticing.
Alright, I roll if I catch anything.
Before just roll a raw d20 and see, just for lux. Well, I lied.
Yeah.
And
lot of
got a
nothing.
boot.
You thought it was more entertaining,
You
and
got a boot.
somehow you got a boot. Yes, and there's a nice bite taken out
That's
of it.
my boot.
How is it your boot?
How many boots have you
I
lost
don't know.
over? We just got here.
Yes.
I'm a boot collector, I'll have you know.
Boot has been in the water for like 20 years.
Thus boot?
How did you do that?
Don't worry about it.
Alrighty, as the three of you arrive at her office, you see she is sorting through all the information that everyone has essentially lent to her. There are quite a few of you. Also, to reiterate, basically the only folk here that are exploring the island are the named NPCs that are currently on the boat. I will just keep them here in general, unless you guys run into them in the field, but just so for memory's sake, I will keep them out and about as such. But all the same, Mom Martell seems relatively busy. As the three of you come in, she offers you a quick and curt smile. Gives you a nod, puts on the papers that she was looking over, and kind of just jumps straight into it. Says, so how are we all feeling this morning?
Full.
Pretty okay.
Nods again.
I mean, did I have any weird dreams last night?
Any more dreams last night? No.
I
Not.
dreamed of zip birds.
How many?
Birds?
Yes, all of them. But the
Did
weird, like,
Sarabi-
chocobo things.
Did Sarabi already forget the chocobos you guys found?
Oh,
Come
yep, she did.
Come
Oh,
on.
right, those things.
As
My
a,
bad.
As a quick reminder, Sarabi's like, what are you talking about? Oh yeah, that thing.
I want to start a zip bird farm.
She looks over the three of you and says, I wasn't here when the attack started, but which of you was, scratched, bitten, harmed by my crew member?
Me.
Looks at Eldrin.
She looks to Aldrin and then looks to Sarabi.
Wasn't that both of us? I'm pretty sure we
I
were
think
saying
Sarabi
me
got hit
because
by...
I was cleaning shit up. Is why.
Sarabi got hit by a crate he threw at her. I'm not sure he
Yes.
actually got hit.
Yeah, she got smashed by a crate. Smashed by a crate
I got
covered in
smashed, I guess.
spices.
I know I definitely got scratched.
All right. She stands up and walks over to you, Aldrin, looking in the eyes and kind of give you a quick look over. How do you feel?
I feel great.
How's the wound? I
Nothing
assume you've
wrong.
looked at it.
Yeah. It's pretty normal.
She sort of gives a slow nod at that, and seemingly trusting you, she sits back down, says, well, I'm sure it's not really too much of a surprise, but we were able to fish up the corpse. It didn't fall too far from the boat.
Dredge it up.
Dredge it up. There you go. Thank you. Been busy. My mind is wandering.
Nautical terms, yes.
He nods and gives you a smirk like a... That's correct. I will say... You can keep this information to yourself, spread it around. I don't really give a shit at this point. We've already landed. It's not like you're going anywhere. This is not a sickness I or anyone on the crew recognize. I asked one or two of the other folk that came along with you, and, once again, no answers. Nothing definitive, at least. All we know is it's, well, concerning. You all said you, saw him the night prior? You ate with him and he was just fine?
Yeah, he was fine.
Well, whatever the sickness is, whatever might have caused it, it's a damn shame none of us saw it. But all the same, keep an eye out. And the two of you keep a good, close eye on Aldrin. I do trust you, but all the same.
Of course. Can't let a hunk of meat that good looking go to waste.
Oh God. I walk out.
She looks to you,
just
Sarabi.
face palm and I
Sitting on
walk
my
away.
shoulder.
She looks to Sarabi and she just sort of says, with that tone, I don't know if you're going to eat him or, well, you're just admiring the goods.
Admiring the kids. He's already rejected me.
Excellent. I will say, I don't know, I've not dealt with your kind before in the past, Sarabi, but I don't know if you eat folk, but if you could not do that, that'd be wonderful.
Oh, don't worry. It doesn't harm them. It's just a little nibble.
Wonderful. I've heard from, and she sort of smirks, one or two of my crew members that you've feasted before.
Perhaps.
Well, as long as they're just small nibbles, they are working men. I'd prefer they stay focused.
Of course. That's the idea.
She nods again and says, well, that's all I needed from you. Have fun, the three of you. And please, be careful.
Of course.
All right, and with that, the three of you are dismissed. Technically, two of you left together. And technically, she's just dismissing Sarabi.
I leave.
All right, excellent.
Like I'm still just trying to fish.
Yep.
This whole time.
Was your hook just dangling along the floor?
Trying to get the boot off.
Trying to
Excellent.
get the boot.
Excellent,
Actually,
excellent.
let me roll a sleight of hand for that.
Very important. Is this boot better
Very
than you are?
How powerful is
Does
this
the
boot?
boot have more stats than my boot?
It just might.
Roll for boot
Is this a counter roll? Does the boot roll against you?
Yes.
with a -20.
That'd be horrifying. Excellent. I would say you were pretty easily able to dehook this boot that you were dragging across, and now that I'm thinking about it, into Ma's room. Maybe she didn't question it. Maybe she's used to strange shenanigans from Lekka.
No,
Free
I'll hug
boot.
it back overboard.
She knows there's probably a reason for you dragging a boot around on your fishhook.
Also, yeah, I would basically be looking at overbeat, see if it has any setting value, and then just throw it overboard.
It's definitely just a shitty boot with the bite taken out of it.
Could be vintage though.
Indeed, it could be.
Who bit the boot?
Who's the boot? Who's the boot biter? All right.
Roll.
Roll to check people's teeth. But hold the boot to the face.
Do a nature check, please.
Oh my god.
All right, what bit the boot?
Who's the boot biter? Generally, just kind of looking at it, it looks as if an animal took a bite out of it. You're not sure it's seafaring. It was definitely it definitely had sharp teeth, but something
Yes, an animal with teeth bit this boot.
something hungry. No baleen. The three of you are more than welcome to venture off
How
back into
does
the
a
woods.
Baleen whale bite anything?
I'm pretty
do
sure
they
it's a
have
filter.
hairs?
I think they just open their mouth and this the krill comes in and then the water goes out and the krill just gets stuck.
Yes,
I'm pretty sure that's how that works. That's kind of horrifying, but yeah.
something like that.
It's fine. Krill don't
It's
matter.
Not
We
as
don't need-
horrifying as turtles.
We totally don't need them at all.
Oh yeah, the inside of a turtle's not great looking. Anyway,
Inside of a penguin's mouth isn't much better.
no, those are
No.
not great at all. Some cute animals just stay cute over there. Don't open your
Penguins are
mouth.
adorable.
Penguins are great. Just keep your mouth closed, and if you have any weird like mating rituals, just keep them to yourself. I'm pretty sure they mate for life and they're chill. I don't think they like eat their young or anything. Maybe a little bit, but you know.
I mean, some of
So-
them might. There's
Oh,
probably
hamsters
one or
do.
two that have done it.
Probably. There's like a
I mean-
serial killer penguin running around.
Dumb fish eat their children.
Fish are kind of dumb in general, so yeah, that tracks. All the same, the three of you are more than welcome to venture off back into the island. I will say during this morning, as I said, everyone is indeed here. You can speak with any of the folk if you wish, or you can venture off. It is up to you.
I kind of want to get going before anyone else does.
Sure.
More shit for us to find.
That sounds fantastic. Before you're able to depart, though, Joni actually walks up to your group. She was discussing something with the folk along the way, and then you kind of see her wave you guys down. And she smiles as she sees the three of you stop up. She hails you and goes, good morning, all. How are we doing?
Good morning. We're well.
Good to hear.
Pretty good.
She looks to Aldrin specifically and says, I assume that little scratch was nothing?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Good. And she genuinely smiles at that. I know we don't know each other too well, but if you wouldn't mind a simple request.
Sure.
Yes.
Maybe.
It is truly simple. I'm not necessarily asking anything of you, but if you happen to see someone on this island, and she gives you a very serious look while looking over to Lekka specifically, because she has heard word that you've been here before. And she says, well, it's my brother. Apparently, I don't know exactly how it happened, but he was out. He was off doing God knows what. Trying to be a hero, I guess. Regardless, it doesn't matter. All I know is that he went out looking for wealth. He told me he was looking for, the island doesn't exist, and, she rolls her eyes. How many of those, There's this one and how many others? All the same,
At least 5.
yeah, she kind of like, I know. I've been to a few of these alleged islands, but he wasn't there, to my knowledge at least. I'm sort of at the end of my rope, so if you happen to see him, his name is Charlie. I would greatly appreciate if you can give him any information. I'll be honest, he's the main reason I'm here. Most of the folk that I've hired are, it's the last of my funds. So
Sure.
if we don't find him here, I don't want to give up. I know he's still out there. He's a survivor. He's stupid, but he's a survivor.
Yeah.
Keep a lookout.
We can look out for him.
She smiles at that and says, good. He looks, and she motions herself, similar to me. He's rather young, sandy, blonde hair, has brown eyes. I would hope he's still himself. And while I don't know what he's wearing, she kind of looks over the horizon. Judging by the folk we have and haven't seen on this island, I say he should probably stick out. I didn't see any other humans walking around.
We didn't see any humans either, so yeah, he probably should.
No humans. Seen plenty of people, though.
She nods that and then says, also, if you don't mind my asking, I'm aware this is a competition, But, and she sort of just points once again over the horizon, which direction are you all headed? We'll head the opposite way.
We're gonna go north.
She nods at that and says, excellent. We'll head south then. Be careful. And
You
with
as
that,
well.
with that, she heads back to her group.
What a nice lady.
I will say she seems very genuine in her request.
Yes. We kill her last.
Alrighty, back to our wonderful, beautiful hex map. So wherever you guys wish to go, let me know. But starting off in the morning, you see that some folk are choosing to stay behind. They're not really messing around too much. You kind of hear them just chitting and chatting. It's not like they're not leaving intentionally this early, so no tricks or anything. They're trying to prepare. Being a much larger group, it seems that, well, it's a bit harder for them to move around this forest. So 3 of you might actually have an advantage in this sense.
I
Awesome.
think I want to explore this hex.
That boy with the pig is way too cute. I hate it.
Because you technically we didn't actually discover anything, right?
I mean, we discovered an ogre village there. That's about it. And a whale, what do you call it?
Whale
Yeah.
graveyard.
So yeah, in that location, you guys discovered that there is a whale graveyard there. On the location you guys are currently in, you only really saw the steaming beach. In the distance, you see a statue, but you've not looked at it just yet. And I will say each location. So, for example, you can. I know this is slightly vague. You can explore each area in general 3 times, and then each area can then be examined. So, this first area you're in, for ease of access, I'll let you guys know what the book says, just to make this a little simpler for you. They're numbered. So the first area, the steaming beach, is called HS 13. So HS is hot spring. 13, which is the hex we're in, 1. So if you guys can say it however you want. We'd like to, investigate the first area, second area, third area. Of course, you have to discover the second area in order to investigate it. But to make things really clear and easy, so that we're not like, holy shit, which ones haven't we looked at? Oh my god, there's so much in this map. So we don't freak out. If something seems interesting, I'm keeping track of what we have and have not looked at. So if you want to look closer at something, just let me know and we can very much do that.
So we go up here.
Yeah.
Go see the pig boy.
Do we want to hang left or right now? As in, do you want to go to the hex above it or to the left of it afterwards? Or do you want to stay?
Let's go above it, I guess.
Yeah, let's go above it.
Along the coast we go.
So we're moving up to 8.
Yeah.
All right, and then we're going to move past it, or are we looking at 8 at all?
I think they want us to look at it, right?
Yeah, I
look
wanted
around,
to explore it to actually see what's there.
All right, most excellent.
and then we'll go north.
Awesome. Alrighty. So our wonderful crew moves on through. Let's have a look-see here.
Speaking of which, since
Yeah.
we dried some boar, do we have
Mhm.
extra rations from that?
Yeah, we should have picked them up before we left.
Yes, let me ask, how many rations do you guys currently have on you?
Oh my! How much rations did a full boar
10.
make?
apparently.
Okay, excellent. Well,
The basic.
awesome. For however many you guys currently have on you, I would say go ahead and add 3 more. And I will trust you guys every day we go out to just subtract it by 1. If you forget, I'm not going to be super anal on this, but if you do subtract it, I'll give you a big kiss later.
You only allowed to kiss me?
I didn't say who I was giving it to. You can absorb all the kisses. How's that sound?
Works for me.
All right, so she gets 3 times. Damn, that's
Kiss by proxy.
that's a really raw deal. You can tell them how wonderful the kiss is.
I want every detail.
I'll think about that.
Please.
This deal sucks.
Alrighty. So we're just moving up into 08.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. So as I mentioned before, it takes 4 hours to get from hex to hex, and then it takes 4 hours to explore, to look closer. So it depends on what you guys want to poke at. Did you want to look at the whale graveyard closer, which would be exploring 1, or did you want to look at the potential next thing you could find?
Next thing.
Okay, hang on. We're exploring quadrants in.
Yeah. So to be super super clear, this is basically how it works. So each area looks like this. It's HSO 081. And then 2, and then 3, and then each of those are explorable.
So there's 3 quadrants per
Like that, and then like that, and
per
then
area.
like that. So I assume you can see what I typed. Yes, okay, cool. So you move in, and then when you guys first moved in, I told you that there's a whale party here, basically. And then now that you guys are moving here, we're looking closer, and when you look,
that's what you meant by explore 3 times.
yeah, basically.
Yes.
And then each of those can be looked at closer again.
So we can spend an entire 12-hour day exploring just one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and quick question: do any of you have camping gear on you?
I already told you I'm more of a luxury type lady.
I didn't think you would. I'm not sure if Aldrin would have been. Is Aldrin the kind of person to think ahead and do that, or did he just like yeet?
First adventure, probably just kind of going.
Probably just went. Okay. Do any of you happen to have a bedroll or anything?
I have
a bedroll.
bedroll and a tinderbox.
I think everyone
same.
starts with a bedroll.
So we wanted to look a little bit closer as you guys move through this heavier jungle. Okay, I am going to, because of how this works, I won't always put the tokens on the field, but I will just essentially describe what you guys see, as there are things moving throughout the forests and the jungles and such. So pushing through the brush. As I mentioned, Hot Springs Island is unsurprisingly very, very humid. Upon walking through for honestly not any time at all, if you don't have clothes that are appropriate for this climate, your clothes stick to you pretty quickly. So Robbie, I don't know if you switched into your adventuring garb or if you're still wearing...
I'm in my adventuring garb.
All right. You know in the back of your mind that your fineries would get ruined pretty quickly here, as there are bugs and creatures and just things sticking to the leaves and crawling along the floor that not necessarily all wish to do you harm, but all the same are not conducive to your good looks.
Yes.
As you guys are moving about, you see a small group of individuals moving about. You see 2 salamanders, followed by about 6 more, and then what seems to be a small flaming imp also following them. They're not necessarily moving northward. From what you guys can see, they're almost completely ignoring you guys and their surroundings because they're in a relatively large group. They're moving west towards the mountain, you can see. And while they're moving about, each of them, minus the small imp, are about 7 feet tall. They are quite long and large. They have very long serpentine bodies. The first smaller group, there's only 1 or 2 of them. They have blue, white-ish, leathery scales. And then the ones behind them, they look a bit beefier. And these ones have more of a yellow-orange look to them. And they seem to be carrying large spears tipped like an obsidian blade. They're sort of ribbing each other in some foreign tongue. You're not precisely sure what it is. But it sounds very much like shit talking for whatever it is.
Nice.
Whatever it is they're doing, it looks as if they're sort of carrying not a palanquin for a person, but for product. They're taking whatever this is westward, paying you all no mind. And as you guys move in closer, pushing through some of the brushes, maybe Sarabi had the feeling, but she heard, maybe smelled. I'm not exactly sure how well your nose works, miss.
Depends on how dangerous socialite work is.
Well, that's fair. But moving through this jungle, you see a clearing up ahead, in which there are 4 crude stone huts that stand in a cluster next to a 20-foot-high wooden palisade. This palisade is very clearly constructed, with more care than the huts, has only a single entrance. It is directly between the other huts. From this distance, you can hear what you were expecting from the distance, Sarabi, grunting and squealing from inside. The area is wafting pig from this distance. It is unmistakably pig.
Okay, this is pig grunting, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Piggy boys.
Piggy boys.
And it's inside the palisade?
Mm-hmm.
What, are the pigs, like, revered or something?
You're not entirely sure if it's a farm, if they're revered, if it's they're just holding them for food, if they're milking them or doing something with them. But they aren't pigs. They're large. You hear, it's not like it's more like they're deep. There are a few cute ones in there. Few cute little snorts. but mostly we're getting pretty beefy, thick snorts, if you know what I mean.
Thick
Alright.
snorts.
Yeah.
Well, we need to find whoever set this up first. I don't want to go in blind.
Looking up ahead, you can see more of the individuals that you will happen to glance upon before. They're very large, lumbering folk. Their skin is very leathery. I think they're approximately 8-ish feet tall, I believe. They are very beastly in nature. Looking from your distance, obviously, Lekka is a small boy. Sarabi, you are pretty soft and squishy with your lifestyle, I assume. Yeah. And Aldrin, you grew up a little squishy, but at least you're a little taller. Unfortunately, these creatures also dwarf you, which isn't really too surprising.
Oh my.
Some of them are 10 feet tall. They are huge. From what you can tell from this distance, they are wielding weapons, but they look closer, more akin to farmers. You only really see one wielding a large spear. Not really too aggressively looking about, just kind of keeping a lazy eye, looking to the north and the south, just kind of looking about. The rest seem to be working, whether they're feeding the pigs or just kind of walking around.
I'm content to go around.
However you guys want to do it.
Oh, you could just stride into town like nothing's wrong.
That's an option.
I mean, I suppose we could, yes.
Don't know if that's a
No,
great idea, but
Well, whatever you guys want to do.
if
let
you
me
want,
know.
I can throw you in there.
Yeah. I mean, the biggest issue is that we can't speak to them, so,
Can we get close
At
enough
least
to hear
that's
what they're
my
speaking?
assumption.
You can, yeah.
I'll sneak up to them because I'm tiny.
Small boy. I just throw you in a tree.
I
Fly like the wind.
just
Alright, you-
climb up one of the thatched roofs.
Excellent. So you're kind of like climbing up into trees to get a little bit closer?
Yeah.
All right. As you do get closer, you can hear some of them discussing various topics with each other. And actually, it's in common. It's a little broken, but it's definitely in common. They have very, very deep voices. They kind of scratch at their stomachs and look at each other. You see two that are kind of button heads. Once again, very, very jovially. Sorry. As they sort of discuss like how much feed do we need to bring in. Those folk at the edge of the beach. Are they done yet? Where's the food? They're taking forever. They're lazy. So a lot of complaining, a little bit of working, mostly complaining, but you can understand them.
Perfect.
Yes, I'll report back. They speak common. And
Oh,
they
that
sound
seems
like
cool.
random peasants, honestly.
So, are we brave enough to attempt to make friends?
Probably not. But do we do it anyways?
I
Yes.
don't think I am.
Merchant has to be bold.
All right, how about we tie a rope to Lekka and we send him in there, and if anything goes wrong, we just pull on the rope and get him out.
Sure, that's not a plan. Who's got the
Lekka
rope?
runs away.
No, come back.
Put away the rope.
Come on, I can't
Come
tie
on.
up Sarabi. That won't work.
Have a little faith in people. I'm sure. I mean, they're just ogres.
Aren't ogres known for being dickbags?
Yeah, what are ogres known for in
Um,
this world?
A multitude of things. In general, Aldrin is correct. Most ogre are quite aggressive for one or two reasons. You don't see many in civilized locations just because the way they choose to live, their way of functioning is a little too different from most common folk, so they tend not to fit in. This island, though, as I'm sure you are aware, is very far from civilization, so they could be anything. You have no idea. I will say, while they do look similar to ogres you've seen in the past, and drawings of ogres you've seen and such, there's something slightly different about them. Their back, like their hides, seem rockier. And on some, you're sort of seeing like a consistent scar on their right arm. It's difficult to sort of make it out, whether it's through battle or something else. But they seem to be conversing with each other fairly normally. Like I mentioned, they don't look heavily overarmed currently. There is one with a weapon.
So, ogres on the mainland, are they known for keeping livestock? Or
Yes.
is that something weird?
No, it's they're not so dumb they don't understand that, putting two pigs together and rubbing them together makes more little pigs. They definitely understand that.
Rub them together.
They're not completely smooth brain. But the
How do we make
yeah.
more pig?
Yeah, the general setup of this, though, is actually quite nice, weirdly. From what you can tell, like I said before, the huts specifically, like the palisade for these boars, it's actually very well constructed.
Is there love and care into the boars? In the boars setup?
More so for the boar setup than their own homes, yes.
The boars are the real villagers.
How good are ogre senses of smell?
I would say about average. What are you planning on doing?
I mean we have boar turkey in our bags, right?
Mm.
If they find out, that's probably bad.
I
Just
mean-
don't waft it at them.
While I
Yeah.
was up there, could I possibly have seen someone like either butchering or eating pig?
Sure. I will say while you're up there, sort of glancing over this small area, you do see that there actually is effectively a hut for butchering, it looks like. There's a full setup for it. Unless they butcher something else, they're not currently cutting a pig up, but you see knives and axes. Like I said, these are relatively large boars, so a simple knife ain't gonna put it down. You gotta chop the sucker up. So the weaponry to cut these things apart, if they cut boars, are quite large.
Don't need
It
to
very
worry
much
about
looks
that.
like, yeah, you see
They eat
hooks.
more.
You see hooks for hanging. The setup, we'll say, their little situation, it looks fairly well organized. They've been doing this a while, looks like.
Definitely just food source. It'll be fine.
I know this island's dangerous, so I'm kind of hesitant.
How do you know it's dangerous when you've never been here before?
God told me.
I mean, I went here and I survived. Then again, I never went to the actual island, but I don't tell you that.
All right,
Or you just did.
we kind of need to figure out what kind of people they are. So let's go.
Fair enough. Who's leading the group?
I,
Since nobody else seems
I
interested,
will.
I'll lead the group again.
Or you can.
I mean,
Or
or
No,
just
we
on
go
your shoulder
together.
and you can walk
I
in.
put you on my shoulders.
Sure.
All right,
Away.
I'll
Sounds good.
jovially be greeting people as we come in, basically.
All right, yeah, but I
Putting
was
on
about
my
to say,
best merchant voice.
as you guys are walking into this boar farm, how are you presenting yourselves?
Greetings.
Just like a hello, like one of those.
Pretty much.
Basically, I like the jovial merchant voice, like, greetings, everyone. I am Lecaroot,
Okay,
traveling merchant.
you get a really strange response as like everyone just stops as a small little lizard man, a very tall boy, and a nine-tailed fox lady walk out of the jungle.
I am looking very foxy, by the way.
You look incredibly foxy. They look at you. Look at Aldrin. Look down at
I
Leica.
give them a wave.
I wave.
You
We
get
are
like
new
a
here on the island.
you get a small wave back from one of them, and they look to each other like, okay, and look back to you guys. You're sort of at the edge of this encampment, and one of the
Oh.
ogres.
Push Eldrin to walk up a bit, slowly.
Okay.
Come on. Don't be shy.
One of the ogres
We can always run away.
walk up to your group. This is not the one that is armed, by the way. Although you know for a fact he could just crush your head between his hands if he wished.
Excellent.
We
Wonderful.
can try.
This 10-foot beast just walks up to you and is looking down on each of you as he says, hello?
Hey there.
Good day, sir.
He just is jaw slack like he does not know what to say.
I'll
you-
introduce myself. I am Lecaroot. This is my friend Eldrin Sarabi. We are new to the island.
Did they say you put your hand out to shake him?
I-
Or
No, I'm just
Okay.
introducing myself. Like
okay.
it probably wouldn't help if I extend my tiny ass hand.
No, it wouldn't. He was just gonna put his finger out. Okay.
Swish your hand.
He's just sort of looking down at you. Just the gall for you guys just to walk out like this is just incredibly shocking to them. He looks past you all,
I'm
and now
also interested in how they are reacting. Basically, like, is there any aggression at all, or is it just like
not that you see. No, it's very much a big pile of what. He narrows his eyes a little at you though, Lekka, and he says, "Who are you here with?"
Should just be us.
I'll introduce Eldrin and Sarabi again.
He nods slowly, then says, "Right, but who do you work for?"
Work for.
Work for Lekka. Works for Lekka. We are new on the island.
Oh. That's unfortunate. Well,
Yes, I keep hearing that.
he sort of looks around a bit, and he gives a quick hand motion to those behind him. My name is Tusk.
That's a very nice name.
Thank you. And looking around at each of you, he says, You're... You don't work for him, do you? What are you here for?
Yeah, who's him?
Svarku.
I've
Don't know
never
who
in
that
my
is.
life heard that name.
Farku.
Yes, the big piece of shit. And he points at that mountain. The bastard that lives in there.
Oh,
Lives in the mountain.
Wait,
which mountain?
Which mountain?
The volcano.
Someone lives in that volcano?
Yeah, a couple summons live in that volcano. Particularly a really big asshole.
Might be an asshole, but it's kind of badass.
Honestly, assholes do have the tendency to live in mountains, like my entire family.
He nods that. Definitely, yes.
No, we're here visiting from overseas.
And you...
Getting to know the neighbors, you know.
Okay, you don't know him then?
No, as we
No.
said, we just came here. Supposedly,
But you hate him so much, I think if we meet him, we'll avoid him.
Yeah,
Or stab him.
he's pretty much shit.
What did he do to you exactly?
He narrows his eyes and says, I'd rather not talk about it.
Okay, that's fair.
Well, regardless. Before I got to the island, and still, I was a merchant. So I've been going around, scoping the place out, so to speak.
He kind
And
of slowly nods at that.
I guess what I'm saying is, you have anything to trade?
Oh. What do you deal in?
What do we deal in? Well, we have some jerky. Like, I would
That
have
was the one thing we weren't going to talk about.
definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, we know they eat pork, so it's fine.
Are you sure?
Yes, I saw them eat.
All right.
Oh, hi, Tusk. How's it going, bud?
Hey, buddy. His token was twice as large initially.
Oh my god.
I mean,
Yeah, that
they're-
makes
yeah,
sense.
Yeah, I forgot.
Yeah.
They it auto scales. It was
They are
massive.
large, aren't they?
Yeah, they're large. Like I said, he's like 10 feet tall.
Like a Lekker would basically be naming random stuff he knows that Ma Martel has in stock that she can trade. She's basically using her stock as his stock.
As you're mentioning all these items, he's just kind of slowly nodding at you and says,
Yes, spices we have.
I'm not entirely sure what that is, but we have everything we need. And he kind of points to the pigs.
You only need pigs? That's it?
I mean, they cover our bits and, well, we can chop them up and eat them, so, yeah, basically.
Lekker's just nodding along.
You
Yes,
don't
yes.
want anything else?
I mean, we have other things that I'm not willing to tell you about right now, but yeah.
What about tools? You need tools, yes?
He points to
can
his
repair tools.
waist, and he's got, like, various knives and other sharp instruments that are covered in, it's either like a stone or like a black obsidian. It's like, I got shit for stabbing, I'm good.
Nothing for, like, entertainment? You guys just sit around, kill pigs, eat food?
Oh no, we're pretty well entertained. Why, what do you got?
I'll point to
I was
Sarabi.
just wondering.
He
Yeah, we got her.
slowly turns to Sarabi and, like, leans down to you. What do you got?
You put me on the spot. How dare you?
Yes, dance.
I was actually thinking dance. I can dance?
Okay. What kind of dance?
Lots of kinds.
Just show them. I'll whisper. Wait, you can't dance right.
How tall am I compared to me again?
Please
They're
tell
like
me you
they're
can
like
dance.
10, 11 feet tall. They're huge.
Usually my partners are a bit shorter than me, though. I will.
Yeah, you just pulled Lekka out.
No, I will grab Aldrin and start dancing.
I mean, I'm
I
still
don't know how
sitting
to
on your
do
shoulder,
this.
so
Just follow.
you know what? I'm gonna sit on your head and ratatouille you.
Oh, no.
God.
I'm controlling your feet. Yes, yes, just follow lead.
All right, he's kind of watching. He's like, and he claps, and a couple other of the ogres start watching along and say, "Hey guys, look at this! They're dancing. This is entertainment." And it's like half mocking, half. It's actually
It's working.
kind of fun to watch. All right, you can stop. What do you
Like a false of Eldrit's head.
what do you trade for dancing?
I can teach you guys how to dance if you give some information about the island.
I guess that could be kind of fun.
Yes, yes.
I mean, I'll be honest, there's only one thing I really want. It's not just me, it's kind of, the emotions everyone around him.
Which is?
Points again to the volcano. To kill that
You want-
shithead.
Oh,
Yes, I expected that.
Maybe.
yeah, maybe.
It's not out of the possibilities, I guess.
And he sort of nods and says, "We've been at it for, turns the guy next to him, and the ogre next to him just shrugs. A long time. He's a really tough piece of shit, unfortunately.
How long is a long time?
He looks at his hand and slowly extends one finger at a time. He's like, 1, 2, 3.
This is what I wanted.
I don't know. A while.
Nice.
All I know is after we were freed,
Or
we've just
not
been...
nice.
No, not nice. I kind of want to eat him, but I don't know if that's possible.
How big is this guy?
Compared to us, I mean, he's a pretty big piece of shit, but it's not
Oh.
necessarily his size. It's more so, he kind of just motions, wide, like how you'd be showing off a fish. He's just sort of a bit much.
He's thick.
That and all of his shitty little guards, yeah.
Oh, are they thick too?
Yeah, a bit. It took us
Yeah.
some effort to escape from what I've heard from him.
So he's a slaver?
Yeah. He enslaved our people and, killed all our wives and children because that's cool, I guess. If he has kids, I wouldn't mind killing them.
So how about we trade dance lessons for info on the immediate areas, and if we come across him and manage to kill him, we'll trade more.
He narrows his eyes. You think you can kill Svarku?
Potentially with enough assistance and or info.
He looks at the ogre next to him. We haven't killed him in, a while. What makes you think you can do it, little furry thing?
I mean, he's not used to us. He wouldn't know how to handle us.
Huh.
Yes, yes, very smart.
I mean, you're pretty small. You can probably sneak in.
Exactly.
You could do your little dance. He likes dancing, I think. He also likes pretty ladies.
Oh my.
I'm not sure how pretty the ladies, our ladies were, but he kind of killed them all. So, mostly all. We got some back.
So sad. I'm glad you got a couple back.
Yeah, he looks at his hand again. It's literally a couple, whatever that number is.
Oh,
I hold out 2 fingers. It's that many.
It's more than that.
Oh, okay.
But less than, and he looks at his hands and holds up all his fingers. Less than that.
How many fingers does it ogre have?
He has 10. Well, this one's 9,
Hold
but
on.
he would have 10.
Okay. Wait, on one hand?
I
No,
hold out, like-
overall.
Okay.
Yeah, he's
I hold out
missing one of
5,
his
I'm
fingers.
like, are that many?
A little more than that. And he, puts his hand next to yours with a few more fingers. Kind of like that many. I think.
How many fingers is that? 7?
6. He puts one finger next to
6.
yours. There are 6 women.
Nice.
No, 7 technically. Yeah, there's 7. He puts 2 fingers next to yours.
And how many men are there in this village?
More than that. It's kind of a problem, I'm sure you could guess.
I have no idea. Yes.
yes.
He scratches at his stomach. This dude is he's a fat piece of shit. He's a big boy. he clearly eats well. Bev Morta says she's got it figured out though, and we mostly trust her, so
Who's
Mostly.
that?
she's our witch or whatever she wants to call herself. She does all that fancy magic shit.
Oh.
Ooh. I do like fancy magic shit.
I can do some fancy magic shit.
Ooh, I can't. Show me fancy magic shit.
I shoot a sacred flame straight up.
Oh, he once again, all the ogres kind of that were working, and when I say working, more so like mean picking things up and just like scooting shit, making it look like they're working. You see now that a couple of them are drinking and like they're actually eating jerky now. One of them kind of pulled out a bag and he's just kind of like chomping at it. And they look up and go, ooh. And then they look like he says, ooh. I like that. That's nice.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Svarku can do that, but with fire and shit, and it hurts a lot. And he kind of turns around, you can see his shoulders like completely burned, and the skin's all like gnarled and stuck wrong.
Old scar, right?
Yeah.
He sounds like a complete dickbag.
Yeah. He's a huge dickbag with a small dick. I mean, it's probably big, but I'll cut it off. I'll wear it like a necklace or something, I don't know.
Okay, that's weird. Maybe don't do that.
No, trust me, it's worth it.
Okay. Whatever you think is worth it, big man.
He killed like all our women and enslaved us for a while. I think that's fair.
He has a point.
He nods. Exactly, little guy.
Though I'm not sure a dick would survive long as a necklace. Maybe cast some magic on it. Yes?
Would you
dick.
Oh, would you make it magical for me so I can just have it forever?
I don't know. Can I do that?
I don't know, can you?
we can try.
I don't think we can do that.
Like, is there a magic that literally puts stuff in?
I think I don't know how long though.
I mean, potentially like, what's it called again? Preserve the spell?
There's like a stasis type spell, yeah.
Yeah, but it's only 10 days, I believe.
I think so, yeah.
Just come back every 10 days.
Precisely.
Might have to ask your witch friend to do it for you.
Oh, he kind of thinks for a second and says, yeah, she can probably do it.
Speaking of which, haha, pun intended.
He doesn't get it. He's just staring at you.
Could we speak to her?
I mean, I think you guys are pretty neat, but probably not. I mean, maybe. What business do you have with her?
Well, she knows magic. I know magic. These two know magic.
I know magic.
We can talk about magic stuff.
Magic's pretty cool.
He kind of nods. Magic is pretty dope. I'd burn Svarku's dick off if I could. Well, no shit. Oh, I couldn't burn off. He's made of fire. God, this is so complicated.
You can freeze his dick off.
Yeah, I was about to say you could freeze it off.
His eyes grow wide. You can do that?
Wait, he is on fire?
I mean, he's like made of fire, I think. I don't know.
How big was he again?
Like my height-ish. He puts his hand like near his head.
Oh.
And he's a bit hunched over. He stands up straight, though, because he thinks he's really important.
Ooh, I could also rot it off.
Does he have any friends that are about this big and like will like emote out the height of the imp we saw go by?
He nods. Yeah. Why?
Oh. I think they're watching, looking around.
I mean, they kind of do that, and then they get close, and then we kill them.
How close was the patrol we ran into, basically?
They were at the edge, basically, sort of along the mountainside that you guys climbed over. So they were intentionally staying away from this big farm, it looks like. Did one of them have a tail?
Tail, yes, and horns. Imps have horns, right?
Yeah. And he kind of like starts thinking to himself.
Also had friends.
Gross.
Gross friends.
He thinks for a moment and says, I wouldn't mind introducing you to the village. And he turns around and points north. If you could kill some of those shits for me. I mean, kind of for us. And then the other ogres nod. They go, yeah, do that.
Sure.
Bring me some tails or something. I don't know. Do they have dicks? Are their tails their dicks? I don't know.
I'll bring you both.
How do you feel about
Tails
dick acquisition?
Yes.
You're cool.
We shall acquire the lower horn.
Oh, yeah.
Lower horn.
Your little fox girl is kind of just squeaking. I think you broke her.
She does that.
Okay.
It happens a lot. She'll be okay.
Is she alright? You sure?
You gotta hit the reset button.
Oh, where is it?
Right there.
Okay, he kind of pokes you on the head. But yeah, if you can acquire...
Might have to give it a free try.
Oh, okay. He kind of pokes your head 2 more times to Robbie. If you want to get the southern horn for me, though, that'd be great. Like 2 or 3, I don't know.
We'll see
I'll
what we
get
can
you
do.
as many as I can.
He smiles widely at that, showing all his like mangled teeth. Good. And then he's kind of just staring off in the distance, past you guys for the south, and he thinks, oh. And he points to where you guys have been before, just past the mountains. We set up a whole bunch of tails over there. Don't take those.
Okay.
Only fresh tails.
Okay.
Got it.
Yeah, I want them fresh and bleeding.
Oh. What about decayed?
Preferably not. Those are most likely the ones we already put out. I'm not dumb.
Oh, I mean, not like that, but like, the lady here can, decay stuff sometimes.
Oh, you can rot things off. Forgot about
Yeah.
that. Huh.
I mean, technically, so can I.
I mean, if you have to, that's cool, I guess. Just make sure there's
Bring
no
you-
holes in it.
We'll bring you fresh, rotten southern horns.
Thank you. I don't know if you can eat them. I probably wouldn't try.
I'll pass.
Nope.
Okay.
And then I will wave and walk away, I guess.
Lekka will also walk away. And like
Same.
halfway out of the village, he will stop for a second and just say, well, that was interesting.
That happened.
Yeah. All right. So where are these southern horns located?
You seem oddly interested in this. How about we go do something else?
What? We don't want to get to know this village more?
Not right now, no.
All right.
I mean, we didn't tell him when we would be back. We can wait.
Which
True.
direction were the southern horns in?
Yeah, I say he's got your name. All he really lets you know is that they're to the south. And you saw them moving southwest, which is toward the volcano. That logically makes the most sense.
I vote we go west then.
To a whole new world.
Ooh, I'm touching the rest of the map.
All right, we
Like, I know there's apparently a something.
what? There's a
Over there.
something. I will say one thing. As you guys do leave this
Oh.
location, you do learn that while they do use the pigs for leather, for food, they also have I don't want to say a battalion, but they actually had a few of the boars that were sort of trundling about that they were feeding. And it almost looked as if they were, since you guys were there for long enough while you were chit-chatting with them, they seemed very much like hunting dogs almost, in how they were treating them, and not like
Pigs.
food. Yeah,
Yeah.
like, sort of like hunting pigs, yeah.
Pigs of war.
The pigs, yeah, probably havoc, or at least the pigs of war. Moving further and further, west into this jungle, if you will. To no one's surprise, the jungle lits up a bit as you get closer and closer to this volcanic mountain, presumably the center of the island. Some of this surrounding jungle is actually burning. Steam and ash rise from various cracks that you see in the earth. Most of the trees and the ground are actually scorched, some areas to a crispy black. Vegetation is quite sparse in the area, aside from a few burning bushes you see, and these bushes sort of catch your eye. There's something interesting about them.
Investigate the bushes.
Das Busch?
Dash bush.
As you guys begin to sort of look around, you see these small burning bushes. When you get closer, you see that they have blue and white flowers that kind of poof, plop out of them. As you get closer, though, you see that there are some in the shade, and some are kind of nestled relatively close to sort of like the side of this mountain. And upon closer inspection, you're not sure if your eyes are lying to you or not, but the roots of this bush sort of like push themselves out of the ground and then start like walking, and then stop, and then scoot back in. And then you see one just kind of like pop up an inch and like scoot over a little bit, and then pop back down.
Does this bush have a head with a mouth?
Not that you see.
Is there like a stick or something nearby that I can pick up and toss at a bush?
Yeah, very much so.
I will pick up a stick and toss it at a bush.
I stop her before she throws it.
What?
Would you? How would you react if you saw someone randomly throw a foot at you?
I would attack it.
I'll point at the stick and not the bush.
I mean, I'm far away. It'll attack the stick first.
That's not what I... Go ahead.
I think he said the stick is basically one of its legs.
But it isn't attached anymore. I toss the stick.
All right. You toss the stick. Are you aiming for any particular spot on this bush?
No.
Alrighty.
I'm just gonna girly toss it.
All right, you girly toss it.
In case it has like a 6+ foot range, I want to be like double that away.
Oh, okay,
minimum.
then.
I don't want to super girly toss it. I just
Gotcha.
don't want to aim perfect.
All right, if
I
you're like
give it a real
15,
throw.
yeah, say if you're like 15 feet away, go ahead and roll dexterity for me. All right, excellent. You strike the bush basically dead on, and upon being struck, it kind of like, and then just gets back up and like shimmies on over to the right like 3 feet.
It just moved?
It moved away from you, yeah.
These are the burning bushes, right?
They're kind of on fire, yeah. So they're regular standard like green bushes, except they have blue and white flowers that sort of bloom from them, and they walk apparently, and they don't like being on fire or having sticks thrown at them.
Wait, they don't like being on fire?
Not really. They're moving away from the fire.
Do
But
they
they're on
move
fire.
fast?
But they are on fire, you said.
Some of them are on fire, yes, and they're trying to not be.
Ah, okay.
Do they move fast?
No, they're slow. It gets up and it kind of lumberly like and then like settles back into the earth.
I'll go to one of the things that's on fire and blow it out with my magic.
Okay.
I remove the gust and then pet it and let it go on its way.
As you do, you effectively saved this strange little bush, and it kind of shakes itself off. And now that you're closer, you can see that it has approximately 8 vine-like limbs that are coming out of it, and it just like doesn't really pay you any mind, Lekka. In fact, now that you're this close, all of its actions seem very instinct-driven, and it just sort of moves away from you.
Weird. Should we bring one for Ma?
How big are they?
It's the size of a standard bush, so I'd say it's about 2 by 2. Some of them are smaller than that. Those are more bushels. There obviously are some large ones that are at least like 5 feet tall, but there are definitely some like 2 by 2 ones.
Is there like a half by a half?
There are some baby bushes, yeah, if you're looking for a tiny one.
Is there a bonsai?
Little bonsai boy?
No.
There are definitely smaller ones.
Sure. I would like a small one.
You want small boy?
A
Do I have
small
an-
lad.
Do I have anything in my pack to give him something to settle into, though?
This is a good question, do you?
Because you can't just pick up a plant and carry it around.
Not really.
I mean, you can.
You can. No, you can. Your hands will be busy, so you very much can. I also will say I'm only going to be slightly picky when it comes to your guys' weight and like what you're carrying on you. If you have something on you that is like super heavy or, you know, blah, 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 then we'll probably find a way to like tinker with it. So it's not quite as heavy. Wow, I love that. The only one with strength, Aldrin, you're nowhere near your inventory cap. Everybody else is like past theirs.
I'm at like half.
You're at half. They're both like just barely either on it or past it. So Rob, you said you're picking it up, or what are you doing?
Yes.
The only thing I think it would like would be my water skin.
Okay. Are you gonna water it?
Like I was just.
I mean, my water skin's gone if I do that.
Like I was just watching
Not
Sarabi
yeah,
jam a bush into her backpack.
You can say not necessarily. You can just sprinkle some water and see what happens. You can use all your water.
Wait, why do I? What?
What?
Why do I have a chest?
I honestly, that was the main thing I was wondering. I have no idea why I have a chest. I was gonna ask you later. It's very heavy though.
Yes, it is. Why do I have that? I mean,
You
I'm
want-
sure it's like part of my background or something. But
It most likely is, yeah.
I can carry your chest
I-
for you.
I'm 2 feet
need
tall and I
space.
literally carry a literal chest on me.
Yeah. Well, that explains why
Like,
you're basically inventory cap.
Yeah.
Would you like me to
Like I
carry your
will-
chest for you?
Yes, Lekka will open his tiny backpack and drag out a massive chest.
That he just now
I
realizes
feel
he
like
had.
it's
25-pound
probably
chest.
not that, but
You can
25
put it in
pounds?
here, Sarabi.
What's in your chest, though?
Bush, apparently.
A bush
Just a
now.
bush.
Wait, how big is this chest?
It is 12 cubic feet and can carry 300 pounds of gear.
Oh my god.
Can you carry the chest, though, is the question.
It is a full-size chest.
That's a big chest.
That is a very
Yes.
big chest.
How are you carrying that? That's bigger than you.
Yes, it
I don't
is. Yes, it is. What? Okay, whatever. D&D.
The logic.
Don't worry about it. Okay. Do you wish to push your bush in? Well, I guess you want to pick the bush up first. We
Yeah,
have to
all
acquire
right.
bush.
I will
Chest.
pull out my water skin.
I gave
Um,
Eltrin the chest.
Excellent.
It's my chest now. I
And
just have a box.
I will crouch down near a small baby bush and I'll say, "Hey, little guy, you want some water?"
Upon closer inspection, it is just a bush. You don't see anything in it, if that's what you're looking for. It doesn't respond.
I'll crouch down to another one.
Doesn't respond. It's just a bush.
A different bush.
No, I mean, like, you saying something to it doesn't do anything.
I'll poke the next bush.
Do I feel anything magic from the bush?
As you poke it, it kind of
The one that I saved.
it sort of like doo-doo and like scoots over and like moves away from you, Sarabi, as you poke it. There's definitely something magical running through it. Yeah. But like just a hint, an inkling.
I'll drop some water on the ground.
Okay. As you do, the little vines and roots kind of like finger their way over and then kind of like squat on the water.
And I put the chest over it.
Okay.
Lekka writes down a note. Trees like water.
I scoop it up into the chest and I block the chest.
But before you scoop it, you hear a bump as it like bumps into the side of the chest, and then it just kind of stops and thump, and then you scoop it back in. And now that you've sort of flipped it into this chest, effectively what it looks like, I'll go ahead and put it in your inventory.
I would throw some dirt in it as well.
You're putting it in
Yeah,
my inventory.
I want to throw some dirt in there too.
To be clear,
Nice and
I'm
comfy.
assuming I took some dirt with it.
I inventoried everything in this game and screenshotted everything in this game. So
Spider bush.
from the book, yes, it literally just looks like a bush with little feeties kind of popping out of the bottom that are effectively just roots. Yeah, it's literally just a bush with flowers on it with little roots that just kind of drag it along.
I love him.
Great. I'm sure we can do something with this.
It's a good present for Ma.
Women do like flowers, right? Does bush count as flower?
Running flowers.
It has some flowers on it that aren't on fire. That's good.
Let us ask the expert. Sarabi, how would you like to receive a living shrub?
Considering I would be staying on the boat all the time, yeah, it'd be pretty cool.
All right, here you go. I hand you the chest.
Thanks.
Hey, you can't carry it? It's just a chest.
You can take it back now.
Okay.
Come on, you big strong man. I can't attack you if you're carrying something heavy. Wink.
Oh, God.
Gives it a
Just
chest.
use your same magic that I just used and put the massive chest in your backpack.
Yeah,
I
just drink it.
I open up my little bag that holds a few things, try to shove it in there.
The key is to not think about how big it is, and then it just works.
Yeah, it's cartoon logic.
Exactly. If you just do it, it works. That's
I'll
why Wile E.
just,
Coyote runs into the wall, because he's like, oh, I get it. If you paint it, you can go, yeah, the Roadrunner just goes. He just goes. He doesn't care. He's like, yeah, that's obviously road.
Bee-brain magic.
Yeah, exactly.
Just,
You're
you
so
know.
dumb, things just work for you.
Just tie a rope to it and then tie the rope around me, and then it's like a second backpack.
Bingo, baby.
Exactly.
Pushing it.
As you guys are looking about, you hear some shuffling in the distance, somewhere to the south of your current location. And you hear a shout. And then you hear there's this high-pitched, like a scream, and then it like goes silent. And then you hear like some skittering, and it sounds like something's butting heads with something else.
Let us take a look.
Away. Let us away.
Let us away.
Come, let us away. As the three of you look to the south, you very quickly see two more of the salamander-like creatures, the 7-foot-tall serpentine, blue and white variant, it looks like. And from here, you see that they don't have any weapons on them that they're wielding, and they're actually shooting magic at something in the trees. It's difficult to see what it is. If the three of you can roll me perception real quick. As you do that, and you kind of squint, you look a little closer, you see whatever this thing they're attacking is swoop down. It's a large, sort of hairy creature with a very, very wide wingspan. Its sharpened talons sort of swoop down and attempt to rake at this creature's eyes, but it dives out of the way, shooting another fireball at it. And it seems to be just a giant bat and just swoops back up into a tree. And from what you guys can see, there are like one or two more of these imps behind the salamander, and they're just duking it out with this annoying ass bat. You see that the other salamanders, the ones with the spears and one of the other magical ones, they just went ahead, it looks like. So this might be the same group. You're not entirely sure, but they are in combat with 1, 2, 3, it's difficult to tell how many there are, giant bats.
How big is giant?
Pretty damn big.
They are large creatures, I believe.
Bigger than me.
Yes.
So yes,
they're-
I can actually,
yeah.
I can actually ride them. Well, I
Yeah,
can ride
or-
normal bats as well, but
For D&D
You can
purposes,
ride me.
they are classified as large.
true.
Do we-
I do nothing. I just watch.
I feel like we
Oh.
just watch, and then if we want to fight, we'd fight after they're done. Less effort.
In fact, are these salamanders the ones that the ogres want?
Yes.
Are there any salamanders near dead?
You sort of see one of them head off. One of the salamanders kind of wriggles his way away, just sort of looking pissed, and he orders a very quick command to the other that he was speaking with.
Sorry, the salamanders can talk?
They're saying, yeah, you can't hear a word they're saying.
Does everything on this island talk?
Is that bad?
Everything except the shrubs. Do they speak in any language I know?
Not one that you know. It just seems just like almost noise, honestly.
They hiss at each other.
Effectively, yeah. All right. And during this time, you essentially see these creatures just duking it out. So there's this large salamander lad shooting fireballs and shooting just bursts of heat in order to kill these blasted bird boys that are just flying down and trying to be annoying as shit. These smaller, partially flaming lads that have wings, they're also trying to help to the best of their ability. It looks like they have small knives, but they're also shooting little bolts of flame in order to take out these bats. So as these bats swoop down and rip into the flesh of these creatures, you don't understand the words they're saying, but you know it is cursing. They are quite angry. Whatever they had on them seems to have dropped. But after some time, it looks like they've downed one bat as he sort of spears one through and just smashes it into the ground. The two smaller winged bros kind of jump on it and start cutting at it, like just rapidly cutting into it, just tearing open its back and just absolutely obliterating this thing. They have zero interest in eating it, or if they do, and they're just pissed. You have no idea. But they very angrily tear into it. As they do that, the larger one, the salamander, sort of follows up and attempts to take out the second. It starts to fly away, but he actually blasts it out of the sky. And then you hear a swooping from behind you guys, and it seems that there was indeed a third one, and they were attacking in groups. This third one flies away. And this third one flies somewhere into the jungle, and he shoots another firebolt that just sort of pierces through the trees or the leaves and sets it a bit on fire, which is, isn't saying much considering this area is already kind of on fire, but it seems to have escaped. The larger salamander looks at the two flying boys, and he kind of just like, you specifically, Lekka, feel pretty intense anger coming from him, but you can't understand the words that he's saying.
Sounds angry.
Feels angry. And you see effectively just the three of them sort of frustratingly plodding their way back to camp.
I don't think the fireboy has a dick.
I
For us to
mean,
cut off.
maybe
Feels wrong.
if we look hard enough, maybe.
I mean, we could just bring the whole thing so that they know it doesn't have a dick.
Like, I'm not sure there will be anything left if it's dead. Feels magical. You not feel it? I'll ask.
I kind of check.
From this distance, there's not really anything you can feel specifically, Sarabi, but traditionally, salamanders are usually from the elemental plane. They don't belong here, but no one can understand them, or any elementals, unfortunately. They speak whatever language they speak, and no one can translate it. At most, there are some folk out in the world that claim they can sort of feel their emotions, but there's no proof of that necessarily. So people usually pay no heed to these individuals that make these claims. Usually
Bunch of weirdos,
when
if you ask me.
usually when one is killed, it does dissipate. That is relatively normal. But you guys did indeed see salamander tails sort of speared up. They don't always dissipate on our side, if you will, but not on this island. But a lot of the times, depending on where they are dispatched, yes, they kind of just and turn into ash or whatever. Also, for reference, it is late. It's about 8 o'clock. So it's relatively dark. They do not see you guys. They have no idea you guys are hiding in these bushes. But of course, they stand out quite a bit. For obvious reasons. They're glowing.
Are we gonna give him a smacking, or are we just gonna let him go?
Since you mentioned darkness, I have to do the obligatory I have dark vision command.
Oh, okay.
Wah.
But fortunately,
I'm
they're
blind.
basically No, oh, no, I mean, sort of, yeah, but they're basically walking lanterns.
I
True,
know.
true. What?
So we can say, while they were fighting with the bats, you guys could have easily had a discussion on what you wish to do. You guys definitely would have had time to talk about this, whatever it is.
So this does look like an encampment for the lizard folk, right? The salamanders.
Where we currently are, I'm not going to say they seem far from home, but they're not close to any relative base, if you will. When I say close, I mean in eye shot, unless they just like burrow their way into the wall here. You guys are up against this mountain. You're very close to the side of the mountain. But other than that, you don't see any like particular encampments stick out or stand out anyway.
Yeah, let's do it.
Giving them the bopping.
Attack them?
Yeah.
You want to wait until
All
they
right.
sleep, potentially, question mark, if they sleep? I'm not sure.
I don't know if they sleep.
I mean, we don't want to wait for them to travel too far either, because
Yeah.
we're gonna want to bring them back to the ogre village.
I will say they just started talking to each other, so you guys are more than welcome to wait it out.
Can we sneak closer to hear what they're saying?
I will say you guys very much can, and I can say during their little kerfuffle, you guys were able to sneak closer. You very much can't understand a damn thing they're saying. It is in the usual whatever infernal language people want to refer it to as. Some folk very much have a very negative perception on a lot of the elementals, because depending on where you live, some of them have been popping up where they are not necessarily wanted and just kind of killing people. And it's
The elementals?
in some areas, yes.
Oh,
Yes.
okay. Can we get within 30 feet? Because I have Bane.
Oh, you guys can easily get within. So I'll say you guys could realistically get within 15 feet, just because during the fight they would not have seen you. They were so focused on these bats. You guys can get easily within 15, 30 feet if you want.
By the way, I should have max slots again, right?
Yes, you guys should be full rested and everything.
We
I
did.
want to do this because it lasts for 10 minutes, so I'll just use that in advance.
Yeah, if you guys want to use anything in advance, you're more than welcome to do so. What's this do exactly besides 9 paragraphs of information?
It's the thing where if I'm within 30 feet of whoever I choose,
Okay.
like whoever's connected with it,
Ooh.
you can add d4 to 1 attack roll, ability check, or saving throw each turn.
The two of you can have it then. I'll just try to go very far back.
That works.
Okay.
We can say that while you guys are sort of meandering and moving about, is the general plan just to Unga Bunga attack?
Yes.
While you guys are
I would like to sneak up and attempt a surprise attack.
While you guys are indeed doing this, let me roll something real quick. The two winged ones sort of turn to each other and they start like chattering. And upon closer inspection, you can see that they have like butterfly blades. For reference, that's literally, if you've seen like, I don't know, oh my god, what time period is it? Like 70s West Side Story, like those gangster blades, like the switchblades, basically.
Yeah.
It's that.
Stilettos?
Yeah, effectively. But they're the switchblades that like the ones that you do the fancy like handwork with. So they quite
Yeah.
literally do that stereotypical like they flip it and like roll it in their hand and then they put the knife away.
I
as they're-
have one of those.
They're sort of barking at each other. And they seem frustrated as the larger salamander sort of like yells at them, and he kind of pokes one with a stick and they yell something back at him and both of them fly on ahead.
Oh, so we can get the big one all by himself?
Currently he's by himself, yes.
Sweet.
So he just sort of starts to slither away at no particularly fast speed, just moving on forward.
Sneak up, cast Bane.
Let me say this. Obviously, roll for initiative, but do so with advantage, please.
Oh, thank God.
I'm going to kind of just scoot him southward. So you guys essentially just tell me where you are and what you're doing. Lekka, you said you're kind of sitting back and Sarabi and Aldrin are a little bit closer?
Like, preferably in like a tree with good line of sight of him.
As a quick reminder, basically the way that we're going to do like surprise rounds and stuff in this game is basically what just happened there. On the roll for initiative, you guys will have advantage. And on top of that, if the enemy happens to roll higher than you, they cannot go because they do not know you're there. The second one of you attack or do anything aggressive, the next logical enemy will go. So if you have an enemy that goes before you guys, his turn is skipped. And let's say Aldrin were to go, he would go. If there's an enemy between Aldrin and Sarabi, the enemy would go, not Sarabi, because you attacked and made them aware of your presence. Otherwise, you all go first, then he goes. So rip this guy.
Poor guy.
Sarabi states her intent to blast. Aldrin, you are first. Oh, something else I was also going to say, and you guys may do this. I will say early on, you guys can do this totally how you want. In my head canon, this is more of a we've been grouping together so we know how to fight together. I am 100% okay with you guys holding turns, and I'm 100% okay with you guys doing strange things together at the same time on your turns, as long as it logically makes sense. So if you, Aldrin, wanted Lekka to benefit from something, you can say, I'm holding my turn until it's Lekka's turn. You don't need to say I'm holding an action. You can literally hold your entire turn. This can do things such as, for example, let's just say you really wanted to do this. This does not work in D&D. Rules is written, so I think this sounds more fun. Let's say you have Sarabi and Aldrin just sort of standing next to each other. There's an enemy in front of you, and Sarabi's like, I have a rope. Aldrin could say, I want to hold my turn and then like wrap this guy up with the enemy, but I don't think you can technically move as a reaction and then do all this extra weird shit. Maybe you can, but like rules are written, I don't think you're allowed to do that. So I'm okay with basically both of you saying we're going to hold our turns at the same time. When it's the next person's turn, both of you can take the rope and then roll together, whatever the other rope is. The enemy will roll to resist it, and you guys' turns can happen effectively at the same time. So you guys can use your movement and your abilities like you normally would on your turn, but just on the same turn. If that makes any sense. That way you can do things like, rather than I'm holding my turn to hold onto this rope and then not really move, because I don't think you can control granular movement on a reaction. So this will allow for shenanigans like that. Because I was thinking about it with like holding actions, and I do not believe rules is written that works. It's too weird. So if you hold your action, I'm more than okay with letting you guys do weird shit. The sky's the limit. But yes, you see this sort of frustrated individual slithering southward, and Aldrin, you are first, my friend.
Is Lekka within 30 feet?
Of who? You or the enemy?
Me.
How far away from the enemy are you?
A little farther back. Not.
Yeah.
Probably like.
Yeah.
I don't know, 30 feet.
Yeah, since you guys snuck up,
back.
you guys get to decide.
Let's say I'm 15 feet-ish behind you at best.
All right, then you're in range.
All right, you bless your friends, and Sarabi, it is your turn. I believe you already know what you wanted to do.
Yes.
He's still slithering forward. Maybe he thought he heard something in the trees, but meh.
Bang.
Meh. Let me roll disadvantage. It's a save, correct? Yeah. Was
save.
it Charisma?
Yeah.
Charisma. Okay.
Charisma.
I'm roll disadvantage just because he has no idea you're even casting this.
I mean, he still wins it then.
You rolled an 8.
He has an 8.
Disadvantage.
Yeah.
Oh, he has to keep the lower?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Because like I said, he has no idea you're here. He has no way of knowing this. Alrighty. Bane. Oh my god. Alright. Up to 3 creatures of your choice. Jesus. Oh, that's the opposite. Haha, Boone and Bane.
Opposite of us.
Yeah, I know, right? Whenever the target fails, makes an attack roll or a saving roll, before the spell ends, the target must roll a d4 and subtract the number rolled from the attack roll and a saving throw. You chant whatever this nonsense is, and the creature sort of like, oh, shit, and then he turns to you, and you see sort of this like, what does your Bane look like, Sarabi? You tell me.
I need
It's
blood to cast it.
Yeah, I need blood to cast it, so I figured
Okay.
it's probably like a blood cloud.
Ooh, that
Don't
like
know,
surrounds
I guess.
him?
Yeah.
Okay, very cool. I like that. He looks incredibly confused, and once again, more angry cursing as he sort of just readies himself for whatever attacked him. He isn't entirely sure what struck him.
Horrible feeling that this is the asshole. Tell me I'm wrong.
What do you mean?
I mean,
Please tell me
probably
it's not the
not.
You mean
I'm
Svarku?
sure.
Yeah.
I'm sure the king himself would not go out for scouting.
Probably not.
Just tell me I'm wrong.
If it's Svarku, you'd know. I'll put it that way.
Okay.
He'd also be dead.
I'll be very clear. You would know if it was Svarku.
You made me a little afraid of this island, my dear.
Good.
No, don't be a baby. It's adventure.
Wife has just been hearing him cackle in the background as he's working on this campaign.
Just don't look at me smiling.
All right.
Alrighty. This creature gets
Everything is
very
fine,
angry
smiley face.
and begins to look for whoever just cast this nasty, nasty spell on him. Lekka.
So are elementals people? Or are they their own thing?
People or humanoid?
Humanoid.
Humanoid. I do not believe so. Let me double check. Nope.
Think
They're
humanoid
literally
is
called
like its own
elementals.
thing.
Yep. Humanoid's its own thing. They're elemental.
Womp womp.
Yeah. Are you trying to like hold person or something?
Yeah.
That would be hold.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Creature, I
That was only
believe?
the
Yeah.
first option, so.
Hold monster.
Hold monster. There it is. Yeah.
It's like a
So
5th level
assuming-
spell.
Yeah.
I'm going by the assumption that we aren't too far away from this guy. Within,
You guys are as close as you need to be because you got the jump on him.
I'll be at like max range for this spell to happen, which is 30
Effectively,
feet.
yeah.
I need the two of you to move out a bit, otherwise you're gonna get hit.
Like you can move their tokens. Because you are up in a tree. Oh, perfect. Beautiful.
Because he's made from fire, so obviously Lekka's mind goes, ooh, cold magic.
Ooh, cold be good though. All right. Oh my god.
What is that roll, though?
Coldly doing good.
He literally rolled a 0.
He has a plus
Three.
minus 1d4. Oh, that's the Bane, of course.
It's
Makes
because
sense.
Bane.
He rolled a 3, and Bane gave him -3.
Wow.
Nice.
He
Right.
thinks
He was
about
screwed either
this.
way,
He
but
is,
nice.
He thinks about this and then turns to Sarabi because he can feel. He doesn't know he's looking at you, Sarabi, but like he knows.
I mean,
As
he
this,
can't turn. He's literally frozen in ice right now.
well, he's not Batman. He can turn his neck,
No, his eyes move. Only his eyes.
only his eyes.
Wow, Hub, that joke. He
That
can turn his neck.
shit was so funny. Which Batman was it? Batman Forever and all those.
No, it was all of them.
It was all of them.
Yeah, all of them couldn't turn his. I think George Clooney had the
I think
most
Clooney could,
movement,
yeah.
but
Yeah, in the old Batman movies, he literally can't turn his. He has to turn his entire body just to turn and see. It is the funniest shit in the world. I love it.
it was
I
real bad
accidentally
with
rolled
Keaton.
again.
Oh, no worries.
3d8 cold damage. I've done that. And is hindered by an ice formation for 1 minute or until another creature within reach of it uses an action to break away from the ice. A creature hindered by the ice has its speed reduced to 0 on a successful save that only takes half damage. Yeah.
So rooted to the floor, this creature just kind of howls out in anger. Do you reposition or move further away, Lekka, when you cast this? Or
After this, I actually do I have a bonus action left? Can I do anything with my bonus action?
I mean, you have a bonus action. You can move after you cast a spell, and you can kill the triangle.
I mean, after this, I'm moving behind the tree, basically.
Okay, yeah,
I'm
sure.
hiding.
Yeah, all this kind of happened all at once, and he has no idea the hell's going on. The boy is angry, but first and foremost, he does see Sarabi and Aldrin. He looks towards you.
Rude.
And very, very frustrated at this absolutely horrible turn of events. You see him start to kind of chant. He's like, and he begins to form his hands into a, unfortunately, very familiar shape. Also, to be clear, Mr. Lekka, how close are you to Sarabi and Aldrin? Did you kind of skedaddle away, or where are you?
No, I'm still 15 feet behind him.
Behind? Okay.
I'm at 30 feet
Oh, wait.
basically from him.
Let me roll this to see how.
I
he
am
casts
behind cover
this.
though.
Cool. He doesn't know you're there, so he's gonna cast it in front of them instead.
Ah!
Okay, yeah. I have no way of avoiding that, unfortunately. All right,
Guess I'll die.
yeah, no, right. He just erupts fire in front of the two of you, and it rips past any of these bushes and brushes. You can see some of the spider bushes sort of begin to kind of crawl away. They don't cry out or anything because they're incapable of doing so. But anything that was on fire just kind of bursts up further as this creature curses in anger as both Sarabi and Aldrin are effectively engulfed in flames. As a reminder, of course, you guys can use inspiration in order to re-roll these if you wish. That is entirely up to you.
She can also add an extra d4 if she wants to.
Go ahead and roll it one extra d4.
Nice.
Okay, that puts you up to what, 12?
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
that's actually still a failure. You want to re-roll?
Am I allowed to reroll?
You have 4 inspirations, yeah. You're going to need them here.
Wait,
You get one shot.
is there an inspiration counter?
Yes, it's
Under
right
the
next to
party
There's 4 of them.
Yep. in party resources. As I mentioned, I'm gonna start you guys with 3 because you guys did something cool. I added 1 from the last session. This is not like Fate, so they're not going to reset. Once they're used, they're used. You have to do something cool or roleplay something awesome to get them back.
All right, yes, I will reroll.
That one extra was mine, by the way.
Yes.
I figured you were going to reroll and then maybe add the d4, but it's fine.
All right. Dex save. Hello. Okay, you saved. You're good.
It's fine.
Easy
We're gonna-
peasy.
We're going to be real hurt anyways.
Nah, easy game. What are you talking about? All right, let's see. Does
It's
the
going to
math?
hurt.
Does the math work?
The entire tree goes up in flame in front
Only
of
hit you.
Lekka.
It
What?
hurts.
Flames
Ow.
rip over the two of you, and yes, ouch. He seems very much focused on killing one of you if he can, and his eyes are focused on, let's see, Aldrin.
Please no, sir.
You're up, buddy.
Can we not? Oh boy.
He's like clenching his fist. You can see his teeth just grating.
How far away is he?
He is approximately
15-ish feet.
15, 20 feet from you, yeah. About that.
This is a bad idea, but I'm going to run up to him.
Oh, okay.
Do it. It's fine. Trust me.
Hello, sir. Would you like this in your face?
You're inflicting wound.
Yes.
All right. Gee, that's so much
An 8,
roll.
7, and a 1.
Oh, I love that. That is so much roll. Okay. And that just rolled a hit, right?
Yeah. And
Nope,
3d10
I-
necrotic damage.
I love it. I love it. You strike. What is this? Make a melee spell attack against a creature you can reach. Okay. Something called inflict wound. I feel like it should be more like flavor text. What does inflict wound look like?
I coat my hand in like a dark energy,
Okay.
and then I kind of like use it as kind of a sword.
Mhm.
Just like slash, and his chest like opens up. Some
Excellent.
darkness comes pouring out of it.
Excellent. He screams out in pain. But as he does, Aldrin, you instantly
Die?
recognize something. You don't die, but well, you might, I don't know. But you see, now that you're up this close, striking him and tearing open his flesh causes heat to pour out of his body.
Oh yes, of course. I'll die. Yes.
That fire jumps to you.
Ow!
Weird.
I have 1 health. Please kill him. I'm gonna use my extra D4 on that.
Okay.
Okay, I'm good. I get to keep my shit.
All right, you get to keep your shit. Excellent. You have to hold tight, my friend, to hold on to this bless, but you're able to do so, fortunately. This creature very much seems like it's on its last leg, and you've learned something new about striking at melee range.
Please kill it, but don't kill me at the same time.
All right, so Robbie, he's almost happy you walked up to him, Aldrin. You can't understand him, but he looks like he wants to kill you.
Oh, but
I
Lekka
mean-
knows. Lekka can feel it from him.
Oh, yeah.
I'll yell to Aldrin, shouldn't have done that. Wait, so then you'll find out I'm here.
Did he save that?
Yes,
Please.
he
Damn it.
indeed saved that. That's
Pretty
with
sure
the
it does no
was a
damage
-1.
if he saves.
Is it 1d12 if he's
Second.
missing hit points?
Yeah.
The target is missing any of its hit points, and instead takes 1d12
So
necrotic
you want me to roll a d12? Here.
roll a d12, yes.
Nice.
So, as we stated before, we're playing obviously with the custom rule that basically nothing ever misses because combat is messy and combat is brutal. So no matter what, you will always do damage, including with the cantrip with a miss. Instead, it will do half, which is 2. So you you rack him with this bell of death, and you can kind of see him just hold his head and just, but he is not taken down, Sarabi.
All right. Your turn, Lekka.
Save
All right,
me.
bud, what you got?
So from this distance, how dead does he look?
Very. He is on his last leg. He's not doing good.
Same.
Oh boy. You said not to hit you?
I mean, you do you.
I mean, I guess.
Edmund will be very angry with you, though. You don't want to disappoint the old man.
God, the second time we went out, I we killed your guy. I'm sorry. 5.
Please die.
It's 3, right?
It should
It's
be 3.
darts
Correct.
for level
Yeah,
1.
It's first level, yeah.
How much damage is that?
7?
7.
He looks like he is absolutely on the edge of death.
Oh,
he did not
he has
go-
1 HP, doesn't
He
he?
did not go down. The
Goodbye,
magic missiles
friends.
blast him in the
No,
chest.
wait.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say I used my... Actually, can I say that after the
It-
fact?
Can you do what?
That I used my meta magic for that?
You don't roll to hit for that. So yeah, sure, that's fine.
Right, so I turn it into a bonus action with haste and spell, or a quicken spell run,
Save
and
me.
I'll do the stupidest thing I'll ever done before.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll run up
You can run up and
the
stab
entire
him.
30 feet.
Okay.
I mean, I could shoot him with a bow, but I don't think I'll hit.
I mean, you're gonna take damage for hitting him, but it's fine.
I mean, potentially you as well if it is a AoE.
Hopefully not, because I'll die.
We can mend you.
Yeah, we can mend you.
We can break you. We can fix you. All right, like as you rush forward, what do you do?
Now, which one of these spells does damage is the question.
Yes. What spells do you have?
Not great ones, honestly.
Also, as a reminder,
Pick better ones.
if you miss, you can't kill something. So the glancing blows don't work if you miss. And that applies to you guys too. So if I
Is this
miss
guy
you,
wearing armor, by the way?
no, he is a lizard boy. He's covered in scales. They looked tough, but now they are peeling back and bloodied.
Are they metallic scales at least?
No,
Guys, I think I left my
Now-
blood back
they're not metallic
And this-
scales, but important. But he does have piercings.
Piercings, you say?
He has metal
How
hooks
high?
and metal like rings on a lot of his like little
Okay.
spikes on his shoulders, on his stomach, and other various locations.
All right. Is that enough to give me advantage if I use Shocking Grasp?
Sure.
All right.
Advantage plus a d4, I believe in you.
You can do
Wait,
it.
is it an extra d4?
Well, you have
For
less.
blast.
No, for blast. Yeah, okay, makes sense.
Yeah, it's a d4 to hit.
So basically, you'll hear Lekka literally screaming up as he comes running up behind you.
Okay.
You're not sure why he's screaming, but he has both of his hands in the air,
Okay.
with, like electricity bolting off of them, and he'll just drive them into his piercings, basically, and cast Shocking Grasp.
All right, go for it.
I didn't even need advantage, but I'm gonna roll anyway.
You didn't. Yeah, do it just in case he. Oh, double.
Nice.
You
That's
did it.
another 7
Oh,
damage.
thank God.
All right, my friend. How's it
He had
go
1
down?
HP, didn't he?
He had 1 HP.
Oh my God.
All right, how you doing this?
So I'm basically, where are his piercings?
So he's covered in various spikes, and it seems that he sort of has them pierced. There are some running down his back. He actually has some on his elbows, and then he has a spike on his chin that's running down, and then there's a piercing there.
Yes, but does he have nipple piercings? Is the question.
Let's
Can I
see.
give him a purple nurple?
Yes, yes. He has one very ornate nipple piercing.
Right, I'll grab one of his piercings with my clawed hands,
Okay.
electricity coursing through it, and the other one
Okay.
I'll slam against his face, and I'll just shock him to death with a purple nurple as I twist.
All right. He he howls in pain as you see his body just shaking, and parts of him are just like erupting as he like kind of locks up and curls up a bit of blood mixed with this magma like X mixture, and you can see the heat in his body begin to die down as he kind of like crumples up a bit and then just falls backward away from you.
Did I do it?
You did it.
Lekka's like
down.
half crying. So after this, Lekka is like dry
Late.
heaving,
Take that back.
not looking at his hands, which are still like shocking. Ah, I hate using that.
Yeah, you did
That's so
good.
cool.
All right, so bring the salamander. back here.
Is there still a tail left?
Yeah, no, he didn't explode or anything. He's very much still there.
Can I creep closer and get a look at his crotch area?
Oh my god.
Yes.
Do I see what we came here for?
Do you see Southern Horn?
Yeah.
It's an elemental. Do they have one?
This is an incredibly important turning
Google.
point in the lore of this world. Do elementals have dicks? Since
Yes,
you asked,
COVID penis is a thing. What is this Google? This is not what I
okay, that could be a multitude of things.
Googled. Do elementals have dicks? Apparently translates to COVID penis.
COVID penis. Okay, I mean that's the official medical term. Doctor, I got a case of COVID penis. All right.
I mean, we can just bring
man.
the body. We don't need the Southern Horn.
This is true.
Dragons
Also,
have
I have.
But no, they wanted a southern horn. I want to know if they have one.
Well,
There's so
if
many
he doesn't have
questions.
it, we can't deliver that.
Do you roll Arcana? Do you roll Medicine? Do you roll
All of the above.
History? No. Go ahead. And,
Actually,
Roll
medicine made
investigation.
sense.
yeah, roll me Investigation or Medicine. I
I'm
will
not
say
helping
this:
you with this.
its genitals are not outwardly exposed.
Is it like a snake?
Do I roll for genital avoidance?
Roll
We're gonna
sleight
do
of
this
hands.
while she looks for the Southern Horn. Takes 10 minutes though.
Is that 16 to everybody?
Yeah,
Okay.
as long as they're within range at the end of it.
Woo, juicy. Hell yeah. It takes 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Very nice.
It's
Hell
not
yeah.
a combat spell. It's literally a out of
It's
combat
like-
spell.
Hey,
Oh shit, we almost died. Use this.
Sometimes you need that. I actually like that they have out of combat spells. So that's very cool. We'll say, Sarabi, you're kind of fiddling around with this creature, and it is dark. Its body is starting to wane. The light, that is. Do you have any lights on you?
I would think I have a flashlight.
A
Do you not have
flashlight?
Dark vision.
A flashlight.
Oh, sorry.
Oh,
A firelight.
you have produce flame. I forgot. Y'all are magic folk. You're good, right?
Oh yeah, I'm a kitsune. I should
Yeah.
just have the kitsune be.
You have Kitsune. I forgot about that.
All right, I
Um,
will have some cute little balls of fire float around me so I can see.
Excellent. With this, you are indeed able to see that the creature does have genitalia that are like tucked away under some scales, which if you have a knife or something, you can remove, or you can attempt to bring this creature's body to Tusk. I will remind you guys, it is late.
I would prefer to bring the body.
Well, we gotta cut the dick off too. That's important.
I mean,
I
you
mean,
could also
do-
leave it to them.
Yeah,
I'm
wouldn't
sure
you
they
like?
are
Wouldn't
expert
they like
dick
to
cutters.
cut it off themselves?
Possibly.
I mean,
Is
we
this
brought
like
them
a
tail?
a
we brought them-
multi-pronged dick? Can we cut off different, like multiple
I mean,
parts
he
of
is
it?
a snake, right?
Yes.
Potentially, he might have two.
Hey, you're the one fishing
Right.
around for it. He's not an
Yes,
echidna,
sir.
thank God.
Tie your hand
Look,
inside.
so
them.
Robbie
yet.
is familiar with these things.
Snake dick?
No, in
I
general.
mean, she
Gene-
is from
Might
Shoot
be
Hill,
fam-
you know.
might be
Quanti
familiar
are
with
also
snake dick.
snakes.
Oh, this is true.
A snake Quanti.
Besides, there aren't many
Entirely
elementals in the
possible.
world. She probably hasn't experienced with elementals, so shut up.
This is true. So are you guys bringing the body back to Tusk?
I would like to,
Yes.
yes.
I'll drag it.
All right, the three of you definitely need to drag this body. It is relatively heavy, and on
I
top of
got
that,
this solo.
it's pretty far away. So it is definitely midnight. The moon is out. It is somewhat quiet, but you know there are definitely creatures fumbling about in the darkness. You can hear them.
I'll help drag. Can Lecca keep watch?
Yeah, definitely.
For
Sure.
danger critters.
The three of you would 100% need to drag this thing together, though. He's big. And in the time it's going to take you guys, you all need to like do your absolute best to get in
Yes.
there. Do you have any
I'll
items that will
fire.
help you with this?
I'll use my entire 2 feet height, 8 strength to help you drag the corpse.
I was gonna say I don't think you'll help too much.
Best I can offer is a rope.
I say, yeah. Hey, it's better than nothing. Did you guys got any more rope or
Just-
anything else that would help? Any tools?
I mean, I think everyone has rope.
Okay,
That's like standard D&D starter equipment.
sounds
yeah,
good.
I don't have any spells that would help.
So with no spells and just
Alright.
rope, I can say you guys can make normal time going from where you were back to where Tusk is. When you do get there, though, you see,
Actually,
yeah, something special.
I have enhance ability.
Okay, what's that do?
How long does that last, though?
I'm trying to figure it out. 1 hour.
Yeah.
Bull
Okay, so-
strength. The target has advantage on strength checks. His or her carrying capability doubles.
Okay, sure. We can see you guys make good time then, if you want to
I
cast
mean,
that.
I would use it on Aldrin for like bonus effects, but
Yes.
Strong way, go stronger.
yeah,
I'm not
Sounds
even
like
that
it's
strong.
fine.
I only have a 14.
I mean that's almost twice what I have.
In strength, I have an 8. So
Same.
Oh boy.
I admire your muscles.
One day I'll be able to use this mace. +2 is not good enough.
All right, excellent. As you guys move on in, you see a different lad this time around.
Does he look like Tusk? Or are we just gonna walk up and call him Tusk?
He looks similar to Tusk. I can ask you guys, do you know anything about ogres? Have you seen many ogres in the past? He's definitely dressed differently, but you're not entirely sure if it's the same individual.
I don't know. Are there like ogre villages around the coast that I could have delivered to? Probably not.
Not that I'm. It's dangerous, so I'm not sure if you would have wanted
Probably
to.
not.
I was basically locked inside for my entire childhood, so probably not.
Probably not. Okay, that's
I
fair.
might have come across a couple. I am kind of old.
Roll.
Kinda.
Sure.
Just a little.
Looking at this one in particular, you can see that not only is he dressed differently, he is wearing an apron, a leather apron. And you actually see him working near one of the cots.
And he's
And
the
he-
first one we've come across.
Yeah, at night, obviously there are fires lit. Most of the boars are sleeping, so they're keeping it relatively dim, but it's lit enough so that they can see. There are more guards this time around, actually.
Okay.
And they're wielding both axes and spears. You can walk up to the guards if you wish, or you can walk up to the one near one of the back huts. Up to you.
I mean, probably the guards.
Yeah, I feel like if we go to the back huts, they're just gonna be like, "Oh my god,
Yeah.
intruders!"
As you guys walk up, they don't recognize you. They kind of put their hands out and like,
Hey all. We're looking for Tusk?
Looking for Tusk. Tusk not here. Tusk is sleeping.
Oh, Tusk wanted the southern horns from these things, though.
Yeah.
they look past you and see the dead salamander, and they nod in approval without really saying anything. And they just keep looking at you.
Tusk wanted this?
Yes. You want us to go kill some of them?
They sort of nod to each other and they point to the back hut.
Take it there.
Okay.
As you drag the body on over, initially they're like, "How are you moving this thing?" They kind of give you a look like, "There's no way."
Good.
But because the three of you are pulling with rope, they can't tell who's doing all the work, but you guys are dragging it at a relatively good pace. So they kind of give a look of like, are they all this strong or...
Good. We need them to be a little afraid.
No, not afraid. Just sort of like impressed nod. Like, good job. Good job.
Or that.
Definitely not afraid. And they kind of like, oh, good, interesting. And you bring it up to an individual that now that you're closer, you can see he is currently in the process of cutting apart a boar. And he doesn't turn to you guys, but you hear like a and then like him moving around the meat like a as he's just hammering it down at it. This giant butcher's axe.
Hail, Mr. Cook.
He kind of sniffs at the air and says,
Cook? Who cook?
You're cooking.
Butcher, sorry. Hey, it's Butcher.
He's butchering.
Close enough. You're prepping. You're prepping to cook.
Prepping to cook, yes. Who are you?
I'm Sarabi.
Who's small one?
That's Lekka. And this other guy is Aldrin.
Oh,
He looks at the guards and they kind of give him a quick hand signal.
allowed to be here then. Is that... Where did you get that?
Down south.
Oh,
He puts down the cleaver and kind of wipes his hands on his leather apron and walks over to you, Sarabi, with his giant mitt. He holds it out.
me hoof.
I'm sorry, me what?
Hoof.
Oh, Hoof. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Tusk wanted us to get this thing. He wanted the tail and the southern horn, which we left intact, by the way. I double checked.
He gives sort of a look
Both of them.
as you say Tusk and goes,
He asked for this?
Yes. Is
Not
this,
to,
this a weird request?
not to do it himself, lazy.
Oh, I shrug.
Send small girl to kill salamander.
I mean, it's dead, isn't it?
he kind of like half hears it.
And small little baby. We not let him live this down.
Okay, works for me.
And he kind of like leans down, sort of doing that chav squat, looking down at Lekka.
Who'd you say small baby man is?
Lekka?
Lekker.
Hello?
Oh.
He
Get him
puts
out.
his massive hound out to you.
How? Is he just like shaking it or?
He's just like putting it out. So he basically, the way he's presenting his hand is almost in the way you would shake someone the same size as you, another ogre's hand. So his hand's like out and like spread.
Just shake a finger.
Yeah, effectively, in no way compensating for your tiny stature.
I'll scurry up his body on his arm and shake it basically.
He laughs at that.
I like this one.
He stands up and kind of gives Aldrin a nod. Says,
So Tusk said he wants you to kill salamander for us. And you do this.
Yeah.
Well,
he walks over to the corpse and gives it a kick, pulls out sort of like a knife and stabs it, and then stabs it again.
it definitely dead. Good. Well,
He points sort of to the back where you see one of the boars are hanging.
leave it near that, but don't touch.
Drag it
So
over.
drag it over there.
All right, you guys sort of drag and uncoil the salamander as he's like watching, very, very impressed.
Only kill one.
Rest flew
Wait.
away.
Yeah, there's only one.
We tell Tusk when he get here in morning that small baby man and girl and pretty boy kill salamander for him.
Speaking of morning, do you happen to have like a guest hut where guests can sleep the night?
No. This is a farm. I mean, if you mind sleeping with pig, but I can't guarantee safety or smell. Unless you like that.
We have a tent. It's fine. We can go somewhere else, I guess.
I mean, do you mind
Do
if
we
we
have a
sleep on
tent?
the edge of the camp in our tent?
You have nowhere to sleep?
We're kind of far from our base.
Oh,
Like I can sleep anywhere.
Nah, he shrugs.
if you want, you sleep here. That's fine. We not hurt you in your sleep. You kill salamander. You clearly fret.
Cool.
Yes.
Alrighty. He nods at that, and the three of you are just going to kind of get ready for sleeping.
Yeah.
All right, excellent. He just sort of gives a quick nod and just kind of goes right on back to butchering the pig. He leaves the salamander just sort of unceremoniously coiled in the corner. He kind of shoves it with his foot and gives it a laugh, another kick, as the three of you prepare to sleep. And true,
Like sleeping in a tree or somewhere high.
excellent. As I mentioned, technically you guys don't have a tent, so but you do have your bedrolls. If you want, realistically, you could stay in like the tannery or sort of nearby him. Obviously, it won't be the best sleep in the world, but sleep.
All right.
Like honestly, assuming it's not raining, Lek could probably sleep on top of the roof. He's fine with that.
It is not raining actually.
Good. Then Lek is sleeping on the roof.
All right, sounds good.
Soft.
Excellent.
Hay, I guess, is on there.
Yeah, basically.
potentially.
Hey.
Exactly. Great view to sky.
All right, you're all actually able to relax fairly easily. As I said, true to his
Actually,
Mhm.
is it a nice day out?
it's a relatively nice night, yeah. And minus the smell.
Is the roof big enough to fit me in my bedroll?
Is it strong enough to fit both of you?
Are you sleeping on the roof too?
I'm considering.
I mean,
He
I
doesn't-
weigh nothing.
I say Leka weighs nothing and kind of like scurries on up there, so they don't even see him do
weigh
that.
a good bit.
Yeah, you two weigh a good bit because you're not small baby man.
Okay, is
so-
the structure sturdy or is it kind of flimsy?
It looks relatively sturdy, but I might have you roll something to see what happens. Up to you.
All right, I won't test it. I'll stay on the
Okay.
ground.
Okay. Go ahead and slap that long rest button, if you'd be so kind.
I don't want to.
Okay, fine. I drink your spell slots.
No.
I it up.
Sip for sip.
Not the best sleep you've ever had, but also not the worst by any stretch of the imagination. By morning, we are indeed up and relatively good. By this time, Hoof is gone, and you sort of notice a change in guard from the night back to the morning. And you see other ogres that are dressed somewhat differently. A lot of these do seem like they're indeed dressed for battle, coming from the northwest, it looks like. And now that you've kind of settled down here, you do see that there's somewhat of a makeshift road that leads through the jungle. Part of it leads toward the coast, and it looks like the rest of it leads further on into the jungle, presumably toward their primary sleeping quarters, most likely their village. You guys aren't really greeted when you wake. We can kind of guess that, they were told, we got 3 sleeping folk, just don't touch them. So everyone's basically just ignoring you and letting you kind of do your own thing.
Like, how close is this village to the sea? Next to it-ish, or is it a few miles off?
It's about, let me double check real quick. I think it'd be like half a mile off. Yeah, it's about a mile or so off.
Yeah, because Leka's used to waking up early, so he'd probably go off and go fishing for a bit more.
Sure, yeah. They really pay you no mind, Leka, as you sort of head off and go do your fishing business. Aldrin, do you have any morning rituals?
Go look for food, I guess.
Anything in particular you're looking for?
I don't know, maybe a zip bird.
Looking for a bird. Okay. Do you go off alone?
I mean, I wouldn't go too far, but yeah.
Okay. Roll me survival. Clearly your best stat. Holy shit, you rolled that really well. Okay. As you sort of begin to look about, you think you hear birds zipping and dipping in the distance, but these suckers are fast. Thinking about, you see what seems to be like maybe a worm or something, but it like digs back into the ground.
I don't want to eat a worm. That's gross.
Yeah. You do see a few various bugs, but those are probably not something you're looking to chomp down on. Before you go too far in, you actually do see just off in the distance a very, very large centipede. It is not necessarily paying any attention to you, but it's kind of leaned up on half of its body, with its mandibles sort of clicking. It seems to be putting on some sort of display, maybe warning other predators not to mess with it, but it's sort of looking about and like, doesn't seem to see you, though.
Uh-huh. I don't know if I want to deal with that either. I guess I'll tell one of the ogres that there's like a big centipede thing over there and then just leave it alone.
They sort of just nod and say,
Many gross bug, just let them do their thing. If you get close, we kill it.
Okay.
Not worth time.
And then I'll be sad and eat my jerky.
Did I catch anything with my 14?
Oh, that's what it was for. Okay. You do indeed catch. We'll say you catch a fish or two. They don't, considering you are a fisherman. To your knowledge, there is nothing wrong with them.
All right. I'll go back to make lunch or dinner or whatever the hell time it is currently. It's
Excellent.
early, right?
Yes, it is approximately 8.
Yeah, make it breakfast. Supplement the bacon we have.
Excellent.
Or the jerky, rather.
What kind of food do you cook?
Like, he's a kobold. He keeps it simple. Like, he just props it next to the fire, burns it nice and crisp, basically.
Fair enough.
Crisp on the outside, but normal on the inside,
While you were fishing, since you popped out early in the morning, you did see one fish that was a little weird. You initially thought, oh, it's pretty on the outside. It's kind of like a nice sheen to it. But as you unhooked it, you notice it sort of had this like weird orange sludge kind of in its mouth, and that didn't look edible or smell right.
Remind me of anything?
No, it's just not natural. I mean, you don't know the fish here, obviously, but the fish looks uncomfortable.
Uncomfortable existence.
Yeah, basically, it doesn't look very happy. He's not having a good time with this.
I'll make sure I'll help it out of its misery and show it to the ogres, ask them if they know what it is.
Looking at this kind of nasty little fish boy, they look at it and say,
Just toss it back. That stuff gross. You can kill it if you want, but don't eat.
Well, is it contagious?
The goo?
they look at each other.
Not sure. What? Oh,
I
like you turn to fish if you eat it? No, you'll fine. But don't eat it.
What happens if you eat it?
You won't turn to a fish.
He
What
he
will
points to
happen
the
now?
he points to
Taste
the fish.
Very bad, yes. Fish does not look happy. You will not look happy.
Is the
Best
fish
if I
still
can.
like
I'm
alive,
curious.
or
It's alive, but it looks very uncomfortable.
I'll
I
just
suggest we bring it back to Ma?
I'll just zap it to get it out of his misery and take it back.
Okay, he kind of like and just it just dies. It gives up the ghost, if you will.
I'll throw it in the chest for Sarai.
Okay.
No, not my chest.
Wait for the shrub to eat it. See what
I mean,
happens.
our chest.
It's my chest.
But I'm carrying it, so it's also partially my
Actually,
chest.
I
now.
want to wrap it up with some parchment and then toss it in the chest.
Yeah, sure.
I only have one sheet of parchment. All right.
You don't want the plant to get all fish slimy.
No, I don't.
Probably
That's
not.
fair. Or the,
Or the plant to eat it by accident.
I don't think the plant would eat the fish.
It might eat the goo.
checking on the plant, it doesn't seem, well, I won't say
I'll give it
happy.
some water.
When
Speaking of, I'll water it.
yeah, when you open it, the plant is like slowly just walking into like the wall of the chest, and then when you open the light, it's like kind of trying to walk toward the light, and then it kind of just gives up.
Oh no, it probably needs some light.
It'll be fine. We're going back soon, so
You give it what?
Water.
And
Water and water and water.
okay, checking.
water and water.
Okay, good. Now that we've given this little spider brush water and water and water, water and water and water, it seems a little better and a little light. He definitely seems happier.
This-
I guess clean that up a little bit. So you have this kind of goopy fish. Lekka prepared some normal fish for you, by the way, Sarabi, while you were gone. So you don't need to eat the nasty swollen fish.
Excellent.
There's also some jerky.
And we have jerky. And as you guys awake, you can actually see that most of the ogre are eating some sort of mixture between what seems to be the boar and probably something else. And they're kind of just minding their own business.
Like aside from the pig, do they also have like farms for crop or anything, or
Here, just pigs.
just pigs?
Just pig here. This is a pig game.
It's all
They're on-
pig.
They're on all pig all
Pig
the time,
way
buddy.
down.
Yeah, pig all the way down. Pig up, pig down.
We're all pig.
Yeah, we're all pig now.
This entire island is prone on a pig.
It's all been pig. Pig up,
Become
pig
as
down.
pig.
Pig left, pig right. Pig be gone, pig be here. Pig be everywhere. Truly, we're all pigs. We just don't know it yet. You wake up and you find yourself in a bin, Sarabi,
It's all been a
surrounded by
pig
other
tree.
pigs.
Wow.
Oh no.
And you try to scream, but all you hear is
Wow.
Turns out
horrifying.
this entire campaign is nothing more than Dream of Pig.
exactly. Wait, it's all pigs. Always has
It's all
been.
pigs. It's always has been.
Well, you guys didn't know this was a pig-based campaign?
No, I didn't.
Damn, that's rough, buddy. Sorry.
I would have played an orc.
A pig orc, a pork.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway,
I mean, aren't orcs basically like pig people?
It depends on the
depends on whose orc it is. Yeah,
depends on the origins. Yeah.
I've very much
Sometimes they're
seen.
pig people.
They're very piggy. Yeah, I've definitely
Sometimes
seen
they're just
some.
corrupted elves.
This is true. Besides everyone kind of chilling and doing their thing, they kind of finish eating up, and then you see one of them sort of waddle on over to you. You do recognize him as Tusk, and he looks to your group and says,
You killed the big fat shit thing, yes?
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Did
Yes.
you see him?
he smirks his head.
Good. Did you cut him up yet, or you left him as is, right?
We left him as
Figured
is.
you wanted to do that.
Oh, yeah.
Present for you.
Good, good. I like cutting.
Yes.
Excellent. Well, if you find more, you're always welcome to bring him here.
Will do.
And he's kind of just awkwardly staring at you guys, and he just scratches his stomach and burps.
Can we meet your witch now?
I mean, I'd have to ask Chief. Technically, I can't decide that. I just want you to kill Salamander.
Yes.
But you did good job.
Will you tell us what's north of here?
Yeah, it's our village. Or part of it.
Wait,
Village.
So this is what, a farm?
Yeah, basically pig farm. This is where
Oh.
we make pig, get more pig, and other thing, and then send back to village.
Okay.
Are they friendly to outsiders, or should we avoid?
I can go with, I guess.
If you wouldn't mind.
He shrugs.
That could work.
Do you want to do that now?
He looks around.
I just ate. So
I also mean today.
we can today. Do you have other plan?
Might have to check back to make sure they don't think we're dead.
Who's,
Oh, yeah. We do need to go back real quick
Yeah.
Who's they?
to our ship.
The thing that brought us here.
Oh. Did you crash like others?
No.
Well, technically,
Pretty
yes.
sure.
Did
Did
yesn't?
we crash?
We fell out of the sky, effectively, right?
Technically, it didn't like explode though.
Yesn't.
Yeah. He's more so wondering if you guys damaged him.
Yes.
Yeah. But he kind of just like shrugs at that, and
You can go where you will. I'll be here all day.
Okay. We'll see you later. Thanks, Tusk.
Oh, okay. Thanks. I cut stupid little shit boy to pieces.
Yes, you have fun with that.
Oh,
Don't forget to cut off the southern horn.
I saved that for later. Not to eat. Maybe. I don't know.
I mean,
We'll figure it out. It might be good. Have you ever eaten southern
Maybe.
horn?
no.
Could be delicacy. Ooh, what if I could cook it up and make them eat it. That'd be funny.
Just
Mm.
cook it and make everyone else try it.
Not sure
See what
how
they
I do
think.
that, but that would bring good laugh. Methinks. Yes, I'll do that.
and he kind of turns around and starts like chopping them up.
I guess we walk away.
Walk away.
All right. You guys are
Leave
headed back.
Tusk to his southern horn cutting.
You guys are headed back to main base.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the three of you head back, and it's about noon now. On the way south, you guys actually do indeed see something just along the coastline, sort of nestled like between the coast and like the edge of the jungle. You see an individual. He's very tall. He's muscular. His skin seems dark. You're not sure if this is natural or it just tanned over time. But he is beating the ever-loving shit out of two giant rats. He is just beating these things down into the dirt. Like, he's like dodging and like smacks one across the face, and then dodge backs, like bonks it on the head, and he like cheers to himself and hits another one.
And then he ties their tails together and uses them as nunchucks.
Exactly. This individual you don't recognize. He's not from Ma's boat,
Go for chucks.
basically. He's just
I
unloading.
need to
on
watch
these
that movie
boys.
again. I don't know. I've seen that movie, but like nothing else.
A movie set as watched?
It's
Oh
good to
my
pick-
god, Kung
good to-
Pao.
Good to pick and choose accordingly.
Enter the fist.
But yeah,
So
he-
he's basically just standing there beating up two rats.
he's beating the shit out of two rats, yeah. But he as you guys are kind of walking by, I'm not sure how you're reacting to this, but he's essentially finishing up because they are just two giant rats. And then, to be clear, they are giant rats, not normal rats.
It'll be fine.
You gonna eat those?
Did you say that to him?
What are we doing? Are we just walking by, or
I have no idea. You tell me.
are we just watching this happen?
From a distance, effectively, yeah. You see it before you. I guess you hear it first, but then you definitely see it. He's not making too much of an attempt to hide. He's kind of half on the coast, half getting back into the jungle.
I mean, someone who beats up two giant rats can't be evil, right? Or much of a challenge if he is.
Are we? Wait, so we're going to attack him?
No. We're just gonna say,
Wow,
we're
that-
just
that-
gonna
That
talk
was
to
a
him.
jump.
Murder hobo, let's go.
No.
Yeah, for real. My God.
You're the one that said it.
So we're killing him, right?
I push him off the
Yeah.
cliff.
Well,
I-
hang on. What are we
cliff?
doing? Are we gonna help him or?
Oh, he
No,
Yeah,
no,
killed the rats.
Gust
I'm
of
gonna
wind, I
watch
push you off the cliff.
Yeah, he killed the rats. And you currently see him cleaning this like hammer. He's wiping the blood off this hammer. Now that you guys have a better
How
look
close of this is? How close is this to the encampment, basically?
to the actual encampment itself, he is a good like 3 miles off. I'd probably say he's still in the area, like not
Plenty
near the
close,
pigs.
honestly.
Yeah, not near the pigs necessarily, he looks like he's sort of like on the way to go back towards west, preferably like southwest. So
He doesn't look like Joni, right?
No, he's not
Okay.
blonde.
No, he ain't blonde. Yeah,
Not
yeah,
yet.
and you see him wearing it's aged, so this isn't fresh. It's a little dirty. He has a sort of like a chainmail shirt. Now that you can see him, and his orange tunic is dirty and ripped.
Like, is he
So-
wearing any kind of like Empire's armor that is recognizable? Or
If it was once recognizable, it no longer is due to just age and lack of upkeep.
You're saying he didn't come on the boat with us, aren't you?
I mean, he literally just said that. So.
Hail! That was some fine work.
This
Was it though? It's
individual-
just the rats.
turns to you as he's cleaning the hammer and goes, and looks about and sees the three of you. Goes,
The rats.
the rats, they are dead now. Yes, I don't recognize the three of you. Who are you?
New
Sarabi.
arrivals.
Sorry, what?
I'm Sarabi. We're new arrivals.
No. Oh, my condolences.
Condolence.
How is it so
Everyone-
far?
Everyone,
Everyone keeps saying that.
I mean, it's fine, I guess.
Good. He sort of stuffs the hammer away on his side belt and looking at the three of you and say, when you say new arrivals, I assume there's more than just three of you?
Yeah. How long have you been here?
Ha ha ha! That is a wonderful question. I have no idea. All I know is everyone on my ship died. At least I think they did. I'm like 95% sure they all died. Make it 97.3% sure.
We aren't the first humans you've seen, are we?
Oh no, I've definitely seen others. Some are less and more cordial than yourselves, of course. But, well, let's say they are more preoccupied with other things. Maybe less than willing to work together.
Would you be willing to get off this island?
I don't believe you can get off this island, but if you can find a way, miss, I wouldn't mind joining you.
Oh, we're going to find a way.
Oh, do tell. How?
We'll find a way.
Kind of have to leave at some point.
Yeah, we're not staying here forever. I have to get back to my sister.
Well,
If I have to swim, by God, I will.
that is most excellent.
But I level up and then fly away. Yes.
We can introduce you to our captain, if you'd like. By the way, do you know anyone named Charles? It's Charles, right?
He thinks for a moment. I mean, Charlie?
Blonde hair.
Blonde boy, yes.
Yeah.
What was the eye color that Jenny had? Did Jenny have a specific eye color?
Joni has blue eyes. He has brown eyes.
Right, brown eyes.
And he says, yes, indeed. Well, how do I put this? I did see him, but he didn't really seem too willing to work together, if you will. Bit of a potential lost case, that one.
Why is that?
I have no idea, honestly. He seemed a little down, but, well, all my compatriots are dead, and it didn't affect me at all. And he's just kind of smiling.
I can see that.
Yes, indeed.
So, would you be willing to cooperate with us?
I could. Looking at each of you, his eyes settle on Aldrin and Sarabi. And he says, may I ask, are you two of the faith?
I am, yes.
And yourself?
I mean, depends which faith you're talking about.
Well, I sense something special on the two of you. Small one, of course, you seem quite formidable yourself. You're not dead, and you're just walking around the jungle. And there are only three of you. Quite brave, I must say. But you two in particular. Maybe not a kinship necessarily, but I just want to make sure we're all on the same side. You were coming from, what, the north?
Yes.
Oh, speaking with the ogres, then.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
Are you friends with them?
He sort of, half nods. Somewhat of a working friendship, yes. What is your opinion on them?
Yeah, they're okay.
Seem nice enough.
Yeah, they seem nice enough.
Excellent. Have you run into any other denizens of the island?
Not yet.
I mean, we've killed a lizard. Or
Oh,
salamander, rather.
We did kill a salamander.
Oh. I guess I don't need to ask what you think of them then, do I?
I mean, he was fiery.
Indeed.
It's kind of
Kind of a dick.
You notice that his hand is kind of hovering around his hammer, but as you say that, Aldrin, it lowers, and he goes, and he smiles. I would agree with that, yes. They are kind of that, Aldrin, as you say. Indeed.
Well, if that is how you stand, then, yes. If your other compatriots are similar to yourselves, I would not mind coming with.
Well, I can't really speak for everyone else, but
Well, of course. But if the three of you are good people, they can't be any worse.
We'll
There was
introduce you.
also Horoch, actually. You know him?
I cannot say we are acquainted, no.
Well, he
what
seemed
was-
nice
what-
enough.
What was the name of the evil lizard?
The
Evil
one we
lizard?
Killed.
Yeah, the big
The
one.
salamander king, basically.
Oh, the boss is Svarku. So,
Svark.
Svarku. Svarku.
Do you know anything about Savarku?
He sort of narrows his eyes with that and says, I do indeed, yes. Why?
Well, we're exploring and we kind of want to avoid him for now.
I would highly recommend that, yes. If you value your lives.
How far does his territory reach?
Are you asking me or are you asking him?
You? Do you know?
Technically, and he motions to the west, I would say anything near, the mountains, the volcanoes, anywhere particularly hot. And he kind of fans his collar a bit. I'm aware this entire island is a bit steamy, if you will. But, all the same, anywhere near the heat, the fire, is technically his domain. If he had it his way, the entire island would be his, of course. But, fortunately, we have those that fight against his tyranny. Hoping for you to join that cause.
Plan.
Now to that,
Well, that depends, actually.
depends on what.
How many riches does this Swaku have?
He smiles and says, far too many, I would say, good friend, far too many. He has plundered, killed, raped, destroyed too much of the land and its people.
Well, then I am sure we can convince some people to help.
I will say, of your own folk, shouldn't be too, of course. But
I mean,
he,
that's why we came here.
indeed, he does have a way with words, unfortunately. Some have fallen to his wiles, if you will. But not I. And hopefully not you. If you want riches, you can attempt to take them from him, of course, or he can just sort of, give them to you, at the cost of your soul, of course. I don't mean this literally, by the way. I also mean, well, you know. And he looks to Aldrin and Zarabi.
Does Robbie have a soul?
Oh,
Yes.
he's entry check as a soul. He basically means like your moral barometer.
I do.
I have many souls.
Would
you like to see them?
fact.
We'll say that you are walking with Dale back to Mom Martell on her ship.
Yes,
And-
please.
He seems, while you guys are sort of talking with him, he does indeed seem quite jovial.
We'll ask him a bit more about the island as we walk.
Yeah, and I want to ask him more about Charlie. If we like his last known whereabouts.
Yeah, sure. What do you want to know exactly?
We have someone that knows him on board.
Oh,
I think she would
His-
be very interested in knowing where he is.
family member, perchance? Lover?
Sister.
Sister!
Potentially both.
I hope that is not the case.
Neither do I.
No,
But
just
I've seen
sister.
worse.
Just sister.
Just
It's
sister,
very-
good.
It's very
Are
normal
you
in
sure?
Kobold's culture. It's fine.
I shan't judge you, small kobold man, if that is how your
I will
people
judge you
function.
a little bit.
I have many sister wives. Or, well, had.
Are they dead?
My entire family was wiped out.
My condolences, good sir. I know how that is.
Oh, no, it's fine. They were terrible.
My condolences for the terrible family, then. All the same, yes, I do believe I could help your group out, of course. If all of our intents are the same. How many
Well.
people have you brought with you, by the way?
I don't know the exact count. That's a question for Ma.
An entire ship full, like I would
Yeah.
probably know.
We're not exactly the leaders here.
Understood.
Right.
There's nothing wrong with that, of course. I
Like,
assume
knowing,
they...
knowing the size of the ship, like I would probably make a guess.
It's like a guesstimate, yeah, okay. He nods and says, quite a few. May I ask precisely... I've heard of the Martel Corporation, but why now? Why is she bringing all these people? Do you not know they are damned? There's no way to leave the island. She must know that.
Like I was thinking back if like the rumors of the islands have ever been prominent, basically, or if they if it's like a recent deal that's shown up.
So, 100% throughout history, yes. If it is this island in particular, you're not sure. But looking around, it looks like this ecosystem has been here for quite some time. And it seems mostly undisturbed. So, like, the ogres have been here for quite some time. All the plants seem to have feng shuied their way into place precisely where they need to be. This place is not used to outsiders.
Not sure.
Hmm.
They have always had the capital, I guess, to go there, but never a reason.
Indeed.
Something must have changed. They paid me good money to find it again, I guess, but
Well, I hope her wealth, some are able to feed her and or help her off the island. I will say we were unable to find a way to leave. We were turned around time and time again. Driving, not myself, of course, but the others mad.
Weird.
I
Wonder how I left the first time then.
I think he's a little mad.
You whisper to your friends?
To Aldrin.
Okay.
I will ponder out loud, wondering how I got out the first time then.
He sort of gives you a look. Did you explore the island? Did you walk
No.
around? Or?
Yeah. What do you remember, Lekka?
Well, you remember the bubbles, right?
Yeah.
Well, in the distance, I landed not on the island, but I saw it in the distance.
Interesting.
And while I am smart enough as a merchant to realize the potential, I was alone on my ship, so I did not dock. I went the other way.
Your quick thinking might have saved your life then. I will be entirely honest, I am not entirely sure how any of this functions. All I know is, and I could be wrong here, and I do hope that I am, sorry for all the dour chat and such, but if there is a way off, more heads are indeed better than, let's say, the hand that I was dealt. I'm assuming with how many folks she brought here, everything was intentional, yes? You aren't all stranded here, right?
Oh, yeah, no, it was intentional.
Good.
Yep.
Well, that puts you in a much more positive position than we were in. Let's just say ours was more of an accident, and then a bit of a gold rush occurred, which
Yes, I can
greed
imagine that.
and... Indeed. Greed and such led men to do foolish things, to kill themselves, kill each other, attempt to escape, again and again. Well, due to my faith and the power of my god, I persist.
This island does seem to have a lot of fighting on it here.
Unfortunately, I've done what I can, but one man alone can only sway the hearts of so many. With other friends and compatriots, maybe we can possibly get something done. Not to entirely dissuade you, but unfortunately the forces here are quite formidable. They have indeed been here for, the rumors are to be believed, hundreds, thousands of years. Who knows?
Interesting.
You know the mighty. Those who think themselves a god will say anything to scare their foe.
Indeed.
As he looks about, he can actually, you guys now see from the distance, you all effectively arrived, and can see the ship in the distance. He goes, "My, what a mighty vessel that is! And undamaged. How fortuitous."
Quite.
Allow me to say this. The information that I have regarding the island, its denizens, and sort of generally everything, of course you may do with information as you will, but not that I don't entirely trust your crew, but, well, and he kind of just looks over various folk moving around product and chit-chatting with each other and other things of that nature. Too many minds. Too many potential snakes in the grass. I will share my information with the three of you, and only the three of you. For now, of course. I can tell this Martell woman one or two things, but for the most part, I'd prefer to keep my information to myself. And anything relatively sensitive, I would.
Well, I will be honest. I think you need to share with at least Mama Tal. She's gathering info, and if anyone's going to get us off this island, it's going to be her.
Of course, I shall judge her intentions, and I will see if it is the right thing to do.
That's fair.
Trust me when I say Sarabi and others. The wrong information in the wrong hands could be absolutely disastrous. If the wrong folk know you are here, well, it could very much be join or die. And I shall say, if caught unawares, they have the forces to do just that.
Wrong folk.
Yes.
Are we talking about natural habitants or stranded ones like you?
The,
Probably
That-
Smarku.
most likely, primarily Svarku, yes. There are other beasts and denizens and various rumors, I guess somewhat fortuitous. You landed on this side of the island and not the other. Rumors of beasts of unimaginable size roaming the island. Creatures, gods, demigods, whatever they wish to call themselves, and of course our local warlord Svarku. And of course, well, I'll share this information with the three of you. How far have you ventured, by the way, from this location?
Near the pig farm that the ogres have.
You've not gone to the southwest
Over to
corner
the
of the
west.
island.
No, not yet.
If you are to venture there, I recommend you be careful.
Why?
That is where I lost my crew.
Okay.
Yes. Most of them. I was worshipping. And I guess you can share some of this information, but try to make it sound boring. The primary reason we were there was, of course, treasure. Ancient artifacts and such. Greed will drive men to do the craziest of things. But, well, this is somewhat embarrassing, so, Sarabi, apologies. I had to relieve myself for about a moment. And, well, I stepped away. When I came back, they were gone. All of them.
Just gone?
Just gone. No struggle.
That's very odd.
I agree. Yes.
Well, it's like they just stopped existing.
I would like to think that's not the case. Others were killed, of course, but, well, this particular group was whisked away by some unknown force. I don't recommend... I could say bring numbers, but that didn't help us, now did it? Keep your eyes peeled. Just be careful. And yes, there are individuals you might not want to run into on the island. I won't say too many to count, but there are folk. We can talk later on.
All right.
And at this point, you guys have fully arrived at the boat. No one's really paying Dale any mind. He looks kind of like shit, but who doesn't at this point?
Excellent.
Poor Dale.
He just needs a shower.
All
And it's around noon by this time. You guys are all rested up. You already eaten. What are we all doing?
Reporting to Ma.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything in particular?
I mean, introducing Dale, I guess.
All right.
Yeah.
Dale seems happy to meet her, and she seems very happy to meet Dale. You get the idea that with the look in her eye, this is not the first individual from the island she's met, but she seems all the same very happy that you brought him to her.
Excellent. All right. When they're done meeting, I want to pull her off in private.
Okay. Her?
Yeah.
Just you and her?
Her and our little group.
Excellent.
I assume she sends Dale off to get showered and cleaned up,
Yes, she...
and then I'll pull her off.
Yeah, she kind of gives him the quick once-over of like, oh, thank you, anything we can possibly do for you, etc., etc. Just, do what you can. And, head off. We got food. If you have eaten, whatever we can do, and blah, blah. Yeah, you need a bath, whatever. We got you covered. And she thanks you guys again, as you sort of ask for a private audience with her.
All right. Dale seems like a good guy, but he's a little overly suspicious, which is kind of odd. So keep that in mind around him.
All right. Suspicion isn't, too dangerous, so that's fine. He doesn't seem trigger happy, does he?
No. Apparently, there's a lot of forces on this island.
So I've heard.
Yeah, there
More
are
so.
a lot of stuff on this island.
He's more so being safe, I guess.
That's a good way to describe it. Cautious.
Understandable. I'll keep an eye on him, just like I do everyone else.
All right. Then I will pull out the chest.
Okay.
It's my chest. You can't have it.
I rip it out of your
I
bag.
pull out the chest.
You guys fumble for the chest, and she's watching this display sort of confused.
Sarabi pulls my chest from Aldrin's bag.
Everyone is confused.
And I open it up.
Oh. Wide-eyed, she kind of leans over.
Grab the bush.
What do we got here?
A bush. I'll give it some
A
water.
walking bush.
Okay. Do you leave it in the chest?
I mean, I'll take it out and place it on the floor.
Okay. She seems to protest instantly because the floors are quite nice.
I'll dribble some water on the floor.
And she goes to go stop. Fine. And as she's watching, initially she's gonna what are you doing? And then she sees the bush start to walk and goes, holy shit, what? And she's just kind of watching it, and it's just slowly walking across her carpet. Then it kind of just plumps down, and just it sits. There's light coming through one of the windows, and it just plops down right there.
In the
And
light?
Just sits in the light,
It's just like a cat.
effectively.
And then I'll poke it.
It just kind of shakes a little. Doesn't move though.
I guess you could set it as a pet. Question mark.
They don't like fire, obviously.
Most plants don't. Where'd you find this?
Near the volcano area?
Does it do anything besides? She just points at that.
Nope.
Not
I
that
know
we
of.
have seen.
Just kind of walks around.
Interesting.
I mean, it needs water and
Yeah.
it needs sunlight, so it's pretty plantish.
Do we have a herbalist on board or something?
We do.
Maybe he can figure something out. Who knows? Otherwise, just pretty moving decoration.
Are you leaving it with me?
I mean, you're gonna pay us for info about the island, right?
She smiles.
Also, on that note, I will pull out the parchment wrapped fish.
Okay.
Fishy boy. The
There is
goofy boy.
a village northwest of
Sh-
ogres.
Jinod?
It's more
they-
north than west.
North
seem nice.
According to
northwest.
what they said.
Yeah, it's very, very, very north. They told us not to eat this because it's bad. They wouldn't tell us exactly why. It's just bad.
She turns and you see behind her there is a work in progress sketch of the island, and she sort of points to the vague area where you guys are saying the ogres are. Here?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. That's where they said their village was.
I will point to where the pig farm is. This is where their pig farm is.
They have a pig farm.
Yes.
Yeah.
When you say pig, you mean
Like,
Pigs.
you know, big pigs. Like
Like-
boars, kind of.
so boars.
Yeah.
All right. Are they giant boars or just regular sized boars? Ogres are quite large.
They were pretty big, right?
They're big, yeah.
Yeah, they were big.
They're
Oh.
Big boys.
Well, all right then.
I mean, they're all big for me.
Interesting. And she smiles at you like a, indeed, indeed. Well, anything else you have to report?
There's a man in the volcano named Svarku, and apparently he's a
Svarku.
dick.
Apparently, he wants to control the island.
She slowly nods at that and says, Aye, that is indeed something I have heard. I've not met or seen this individual. I'm not sure if setting up a meeting will be possible. But if, well, he is the...
I'm not entirely sure you want to. We'll gather more info on him. Because the ogres hated his guts. Apparently, they were
Slavers.
The ogres are slavers or Svarku is?
Sparkle.
Svarku.
All right, I heard he was.
We also heard
there's-
he has many, many treasures in his lair.
Not surprising.
And in general, he is not the nice, forgiving kind. I don't think you will be able to trade with him.
Well, that's fair. I won't be the one approaching him then, I guess. Let's see. We can maybe set something up. Send someone his way. See if we can get some information. If the three of you don't mind risking that, the usual speech about don't get yourselves killed and all that as we just got here, but if he's that bad,
Currently willing to risk it.
I'd prefer you didn't.
But after we've gathered more info, possibly.
Interesting. Is that all?
Is Joni back?
I believe she set out a few hours ago.
Shoot.
I heard they're going to be out for quite some time, actually. They prepared camping equipment, and, well, this island is indeed quite large, so you can keep
They
coming back
were-
here. It's nice to see you, but all the same, it looks a little bigger than we initially anticipated. You all have camping gear, correct?
I got a bedroll.
We could use a tent.
You could use a tent, yes. Please, just go pick one up from acquisitions. Just take it.
Excellent.
Anything else basic in particular you need? Any tools, any items? This is all part of your payment, of course.
Were we missing any tools? I'd like some more paper.
You'd like some more what?
Paper.
Sure. About how much?
How much are sheets usually?
They're not that expensive. How many do you want?
I only had one on me.
How many do you want?
Is 15 reasonable?
Sure.
I'm not entirely. I think it came with my my background, so I'm not entirely sure what I'll use it for. But it was good for the fish.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. If you guys can grab random shit and find a way to do things with it, that definitely. I will say for this particular island, having stuff on you is definitely useful.
And which way did
My
Joni go?
inventory.
Did she continue southwest?
From what I was told, yes. Their plan is to essentially go there and stay on for as long as they reasonably can.
If you happen to speak with her before we get a chance to, can you tell her that Dale knew her brother Charles?
I'll be sure to write that down.
All right. Thank you, Ma.
Anything else?
I think that's it.
Well, then I have something to share with you.
Ooh.
She opens up a drawer to her desk and she plops down this tiny little red crystal. It is glowing. It seems to be translucent, very, very deep red. And upon closer inspection, it almost looks like there's a fire glowing dimly inside.
I like it. What is it?
I have no idea. But I don't recognize this, and I do a lot of trade. So far, this stuff can break. But when broken, it somewhat loses its qualities. At least broken incorrectly, from what I've been told at least. All the same, we have no idea how it functions. If you happen to find more or if you can acquire some on your own, and you're willing to play with it, I'll pay handsomely for it.
Willing to
This'll
play with
be-
it.
You all seem like the magical type. I'm sure you can figure something fun out.
Are you gonna let us borrow that
Like I
piece?
will reach out for it if you'll let me.
She nods and says, please be careful with it. That's the only one I currently have.
Of course.
Do you know anything about it?
We just got it. I know literally nothing, but I'm interested.
So-
Like I will give it a lick. Age-old Cobalt technology.
Well, I don't want to sniff it now. Can I just Arcana check it?
You very much can.
Wow, I sense nothing.
Did you literally lick it?
Me? Yes.
Okay.
Of course he does.
I'm a Cobalt. I lick everything.
Excellent. Upon licking it, you get a strange tingling feeling throughout your body. It dissipates
Yes.
after maybe 10 or 20 seconds. And all I can describe it as a strange tingling feeling. It's almost like, not lightning, but like a buzz or a humming emanates throughout your body. You're not entirely sure what it is. It kind of feels good. It's an entirely new feeling. Whatever this is, you've never felt this before. You don't necessarily feel powerful. It's just it's new. And for beings in a world like this, an entirely new feeling is rare.
Did we notice Lekka looking funny?
Sarabi and Aldrin,
I do like the Coke stare.
you do the what?
The Coke stare. When pupils go small, staring forward. Tastes like magic.
As he says this, Ma kind of squints her eyes a bit, and Aldrin and Sarabi, you both can see that Lekka's tongue has become ethereal. And the front part of his muzzle basically fades away for just a moment.
Isn't he went invisible?
Just his tongue and his muzzle area, and then it kind of reconstitutes.
Wait, before it
That's not
reconstitutes, I want to quickly touch it. Did he fade out of existence, or is he just invisible?
You quickly reach out.
Yeah, to touch his.
Your hand
muzzle.
phases through where his face would have been.
Eee! I whip back.
What? Snap.
Lekka, please don't lick that again.
And she looks at you like, what the hell was that? Probably don't do that again. That was interesting. I wasn't expecting you to lick it, I'll be entirely honest.
No, I kind of want to lick it.
Please
No.
If you find your own, you can lick it.
Ooh,
and
we lick to claim it?
She puts her hand out. Well, no, it's mine. Please give it back.
I mean, yes, but if we find our own.
Of course. As I mentioned before, anything on this island can constitute as payment. I will pay for information. If you find anything you do not want, give it to me. Realistically, anything you find is, by all rights, yours. You don't have to give it to me. Of course, I'll pay well for it. And when we leave, depending on how useful said item is, I could pay very well. Not here to rip you off.
If that orange goo turns out to be super special, will you pay us extra later?
She smirks. Like I said, I'm not here to cheat you.
Excellent.
Anything you give me, if it leads to good information, it'll pay well.
If who turns out to be aphrodisiac, we'll be rich.
Oh no.
She smirks.
Plenty of fat rich men for that.
I'm down to find literally anything. Drugs, aphrodisiacs, poisons, whatever you can find, bring it to me. Any of these types of plants, she looks down at the walking one, it's slowly shifting to the left as the sun is moving.
Aww. It's probably
What a good-
hungry.
What a good dog plant.
If it
We
has
should
any
probably keep it outside.
Probably. If it has any unique properties besides that, of course I'd like to know. We can run some tests on it and this fish. And I guess the slime in it is the primary concern, correct?
Yes.
We'll primarily look at that.
I'm glad you came prepared with all sorts of experts in their fields.
I brought what I could. And those that are more
Actually-
suited to the field, well, I brought a couple of you as well.
Should grab some things that make it easier to test.
Oh, yeah.
We can take vials from.
Yeah, if you guys want like basic shit, yeah, it's fine. If you guys want
Yeah.
vials, do you have anything on you?
No,
Only
I
no.
only have the parchment.
Okay.
Like I have a crowbar and a hammer. That's it.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So if you guys want a very specific something, let me know and I'll throw it in
Yeah,
your tray.
I would
As long
like
as you can
some-
carry it, that's important.
Like if anything, I would say, what was it for? Healing poisoning? Was it a herbal kit or was it like a top boxing kit? to counteract it, basically.
Pouches and vials used by herbalists to create remedies and potions. Proficiency in this kit will let you add a proficiency bonus to any ability checks to identify or apply herbs. Also, proficiency with the kit is required to create antitoxins and any potions of healing. An herbalist kit sounds absolutely fantastic here when you want that.
I mean, I don't have proficiency in any tools, I believe, so.
The kind of rule that we're messing with, obviously, is if you guys keep using something, or if you keep doing a thing, I'll give you guys proficiency in it. Kind of breaking the, not rule of D&D, but like, if you guys keep doing a thing, I'll let you guys effectively, quote-unquote, level up in whatever that thing is, if you're role-playing it. It's very Call of Cthulhu. That's how their system works, basically. The more you do a skill, that skill goes up. There's no stats. It's just pure skills. So we'll treat it kind of the same way. The more you roleplay something, the more I'll, give you shit in it. If multiple folk want the herbalism kit, let me know. Otherwise, I'll just pass one out. You each have one potion currently. Of course, you guys can buy potions in the future, but you're all starting with one just because that's how we roll. But doesn't really want the herbalist kit.
You can give it to me.
Sure.
And I'll take some extra vials as well.
Yeah, I'd like some vials.
Okay.
And can I get a cage for like a small animal?
Cage for small animal. Sure. I gave you some.
Pretty heavy though.
The vials don't really weigh anything. I threw one vial into your inventory. You can have a reasonable amount, so don't put 100, but like 5, 10 is perfectly fine.
I think 10 is probably the max I want to carry anyway.
10 logically makes sense.
6.
Cage?
I mean, vials don't weigh anything, but
yeah, they since they don't weigh anything, let's just kind of go by logical limit. A cage?
Like a fold-up cage, maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, you could use a sack, a burlap sack or something.
Wait.
Or a sack.
I
Anything to carry a live critter that would be...
Like, honestly, you can leave the chest behind. Because that's just extra weight.
It's your chest. I must keep it safe.
It's fine. I don't even know why. Lekka doesn't even know why he was carrying it with it.
I shove it in my small
He
backpack.
probably forgot to put it on the ship or something.
I'll give you a sack, Sarabi. If you want to rename it to a cage, you're more than welcome to, or it can be a sack. It's up to you. It can be a fold-up, we'll say partially metal wooden cage. It can hold like small animals and such, or it can be a sack. Fully up to you.
Okay.
If it is a cage, it's going to be heavier, but as it currently stands, it can just be a sack. It can hold 1 cubic foot or 30 pounds of gear. All right, any other...
There's anything small enough, but like something that can work as like a sled for like moving bigger things, so we don't have to worry about like moving a salamander again.
So it's definitely a sled, but it's insanely heavy.
Yeah, because it's not a sled for carrying things, it's a sled for carrying people.
We'll say sled, and then we'll like call it a basic ass sled.
I mean, you can just have a plank with a rope on it.
Yeah, so it's gonna function like a... Oh my god, I'm trying to think. Like a tiny raft, basically. We can just throw shit on it, tie some ropes to it, and pull. It's not like a massive shed, obviously. Yeah.
That's all I wanted.
Exactly. Yeah. So it's smaller. See, we can just the weight, all good. Not 300 pounds. My god, that's huge. Okay. So we'll do that, and then we'll kind of have the same-ish rules, since you guys have brought her a decent amount of information in terms of like standard items you guys want. We can do the whole like quantum items that we sort of did in Fate, where you're like, I don't know what I want right now, but I have money and I would have asked her for something. And if we're in the field and it's like, oh, I need a mortar and pestle, you're like, oh, obviously I would have asked for that. Yeah, can I have that? You can just have it. Alrighty.
What's in the alchemist supplies? It's probably for making actual potions and stuff like that. Potions and potions and stuff.
I will say a lot of the kits and random things. So the one that you have right now, rather than having a mortar and pestle, that item effectively functions as that. So if you're like, oh, I have this kit, then you need the kit on you. Something equivalent, at least, then I'm cool with it. But yeah, that's basically it. Anyway, we'll go ahead and pause there. It is 12. I do know that there is a calendar app for Foundry. I'm going to go ahead and try to nab that, so whenever we hit 24 o'clock, I don't have to rewind it to 0 every single time. Because that feels really goofy.
Good old 24 o'clock.
Yeah, the good old 24 o'clock. But anywho, we'll go ahead and pause there. Thank you everyone for joining, and we'll catch you all next week.